Worldies and travelers, welcome back. Thank you all for your support and your love. I appreciate you all so much. Today, we have a video from one that I was reacting to, I think, over months ago, and I did not finish. Here to finish it, The Burning Sun Part 3. Let's get it. What's up, beautiful people? Welcome back to Around the World with Steven. Welcome if you're new, and if you're returning, I appreciate you. So as you all may know, I reacted to The Burning Sun Part 1, which shed light on the egregious and very horrific things that some K-pop celebrities did. And Seungri or Seungri was like at the helm of it, his club, The Burning Sun, with his friends, doing all kinds of stupid stuff. Part 2 shed light on Goo Hara and the tragedy she went through. Not just her, but I think it was mainly her story. And it was a very, very sad story. Very, very sad what she had to endure until she decided to help with the Burning Sun case, and then she passed, unfortunately. So now we're going to look at part 3, and do well to like, share, subscribe. I love you all so much. I'm happy doing this again. Let's check out what happens in part 3 and where the story is going to take us. This is a very disgusting story, so viewer discretion is advised. If you're sensitive to self-exit, if you're sensitive to DV, SA, please proceed with caution. Thank you so much. Now let's get into this.
Bada bing, bada boo.
Something very strange happened in Gangnam, South Korea. Something very puzzling for the investigators involved. They received a call that a safe had been stolen from a recently deceased person's home. The police show up to investigate. They check the house's CCTV cameras, and yeah, sure enough, a masked man with a hat on is seen breaking into the house. But it's not that simple. They end up leaving with this small safe. But the strangest part initially in all of this is the man, before he even breaks into the house through the second floor balcony, he walks up to the front door, jiggles the handle, then puts in a code to try to gain access to the house.
Uh-oh.
The code is wrong, but it could be because the deceased family members had recently changed it. But that would indicate that this person knew the homeowner. Why would someone rob a dead person? Even more puzzling is what's inside the safe. Inside the safe, there are a few pieces of jewelry, investment documents, and old cell phones. So 3 things. Let's say the thief wants the jewelry. That would mean that the thief's whole motive is to get money, right? I mean, nothing else in the house was taken, though. That doesn't make sense. All these designer bags and other expensive luxury goods are sitting right next to the safe in the closet. They are left untouched. Just
No. Wow. This is starting on a very, very, very puzzling note. The thief probably is either a family member or somebody close to the deceased that knew what was in the safe. And to get to the safe where there were old phones, jewelry, and not touch anything expensive in the house, yeah, burglary or theft is not the motive. I believe the motive is a cover-up. They're probably stealing information and hiding it. That is wholeheartedly what I feel. They are going to steal information and hide it. Oh my goodness.
left. That's very, very strange. So if they're not stealing the safe for the jewelry, are they going for the investment documents? Well, that doesn't make sense either, because there would be virtually no way for the thief to gain anything from those investment documents. They could not be able to transfer a single cent, a single penny to their name. They could not pretend to be the deceased to gain access to their funds, because the home and the safe belongs to a high-profile K-pop idol, Goo Hara, who recently passed. There would be nothing that they could do with these investment documents. It was just way too high profile of a death. That just leaves one last thing in the safe. The old phones. Was there something on the phones that someone did not want the rest of the world to see? And does it have anything to do with the fact that months before Goo Hara died, before she passed, she helped expose the Burning Sun scandal?
I was about to say that. If you haven't checked the part 2, please do. I reacted to it. Or you can check it on Rotten Mango's channel. What happened was Goo Hara, before she passed, reached out to an investigator or a journalist investigating the Burning Sun and gave a lot of pertinent information that helped uncover the whole thing. Now, Goo Hara passes and somebody's breaking into the house, but not stealing anything, only getting into the safe and taking old phones. I believe the person might be her ex-boyfriend or one of those celebrities she exposed who knows the ins and outs of Goo Hara's place. That is what I feel, because this is very, very weird. Wow. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. What? Oh no.
Very first episode of Burning Sun, we talked about how it was the it nightclub in South Korea in pretty much all of 2018. If you wanted to be seen, you go to Burning Sun. If you wanted to see a celebrity, you go to Burning Sun. It was as close as you could possibly get into running into an idol on Saturday night, a random Saturday. The VIP tables at Burning Sun would cost anywhere between $10,000 to $100,000. But the true VIP menu was a complete secret. That's not even the real VIP menu. The only thing on the secret menu is a tall glass of water. Water refers to a hot drunk girl. The VIP...
Yeah, and that was one of the disgusting parts I ever had the unfortunate situation to learn about. That you go to a club, Burning Sun, knowing you're going to meet your idol, have fun, have a chill night, and then unknowingly to you, you are a tall glass of water. They're texting people, VIPs, about having tall glasses of water. And what they do is they drug you and then send you on to the VIP's room and they mess with you. Do whatever they want. And because GHB flushes out of your system, it gets out of your system without them detecting it in the hospital. It is very, very, very weird. And to see people defend this is very disgusting.
will tell employees that they want a glass of water. The employees then go searching in the club to find a girl that seems more or less alone, somebody that's easy to slip away from her friends, someone who's already drunk.
Crazy.
They lure her, if not basically drag her at times, into the VIP rooms in the back where the VIPs are left to do whatever they want with these girls, which typically it involved essay and the filming of essay. One text message between two employees reads, "The VIP room is looking for a hot girl. Okay, looking for one right now. He's chasing me. Help me find one quick. Don't even need a hot girl anymore. Just looking for one that looks out of it. Okay, we'll look for one of those then. Help me hit a home run, please." The employees were incentivized. They said that if they were able to get a girl to be essayed by a VIP, they would get a big bonus, a massive tip.
This is disgusting. So you see, like, some people say everybody has a price, and I've always disagreed with that. But cases like this make me really think about that. Because if somebody is hired on knowing that essay is a bad thing, but is incentivized by money and can do this without feeling remorse or guilt, seeing women, innocent women who came to have fun, go in there, get essayed, and they don't feel nothing about it. And in the group chats, laughed about it, dissed them, insulted them. Then I'm beginning to think a lot of people have a price. Meaning a lot of people are moral until you get them a certain amount of money and all morality is gone. And that is scary in society. It's crazy.
But it takes a lot for somebody to be in that state where they don't recall most of the details of the night before. They don't even remember a face. So the employees would sometimes just slip a drug into the woman's drinks. So you know when you go to a bar, you get nervous that you're going to get roofied by somebody at the bar, like another club goer, so you cover your drink. At Burning Sun, it's alleged that the bartenders would just roofie your drink. Just straight up. They give you the drink with a roofie in there.
It's roofie.
And then eventually you get dragged into the VIP room. A former employee said the date GHB was used a lot. Normally, the customers that used it were in private rooms. There was this room incredibly deep in the club. There were lots of guards outside the room, and whatever happened in there, no one else would hear a thing. I saw women unconscious after being given GHB at Burning Sun pretty much almost every single day. One employee said if a VIP told the employees to bring that girl, they would just point at a random girl in the club, in the crowd. They will do whatever it takes to bring that girl in an unconscious state to the VIP room. Burning Sun is one of the biggest scandals of the K-pop world, considering one of the 4 co-directors of the club is Seungri, a member of one of the most iconic K-pop boy groups of all time. He and a few of his other male idol friends, not from Big Bang, used Burning Sun almost like their playground. Burning Sun was used to victimize women in an effort to get investors to invest more into Seungri and the guy's businesses. But there's also another element to this case, the group chats. Many of the male idols that we're talking about today are involved in this Kakao Talk group chat where they would send each other these videos and photos of themselves having intimate relations with women that typically in the videos, they seem unconscious. Sometimes it's semi-unconscious. Most of the time it's fully unconscious. It seems like they don't know what's happening to them. Obviously, they don't even know that they're being filmed. At first,
And you know, like, there are people that actually believe Seungri is innocent. And I had some people in my comments telling me this is all wrong. Seungri's innocent and stuff like that. However, I haven't seen any argument that makes me believe or convinces me that Sulli is really innocent. The argument is that Sulli is innocent. He went to the army and then he was arrested or served time in the army. Now, my question is, if he was innocent, why did he have to serve time in the army? Why was he arrested? Why did he plead guilty? Why would he plead guilty then? He should have fought the case. Every evidence that came out shows his involvement. Every message that came shows Seungli's involvement. It shows him chatting about girls that were drugged, telling them to thank the VIP this weekend. Let's thank them. Let's do whatever we can to please them. Give them this girl, that girl. Oh, I had sex with this girl and JJY or whatever his stupid name is. And the other guys. So everything that came out shows Sulli's involvement and he never refuted it. He never said these were fake messages. These were fake conversations. He never said that. He actually pled guilty. So I understand as fans, we like people or celebrities so much that we cannot fathom that they will be monsters. However, if there is evidence, let's not look past it. Let's ask questions. Let's make sure we're not supporting the wrong type of person or making the wrong kind of people famous. Otherwise, they'll keep making victims and trauma dump. They'll leave trauma on top of innocent people who in turn become monsters because hurt people hurt people. So if there's any argument that shows Sulli's innocence, I'll be happy to look into it. I'll be happy to see, oh, this shows he's innocent. But until that, all the evidence shows he's guilty. So I'm on the side of him being guilty, unless I see otherwise.
it was debated by a lot of Seungri fans that Seungri himself was only part of the Burning Sun scandal rather than both, and that the inappropriate chat rooms, completely different story. But a new BBC documentary that came out a few months ago released irrefutable proof that he indeed was part of those video group chats. He was sent a video of one of those men assaulting a woman at a ski resort. This woman does not appear to be conscious. And he responded to it. Who is it? Additionally, a new video of Seungri has been released that shows him dragging a woman towards his table, a woman who clearly is trying to resist. She's using all of her body weight to resist going with him, but he screams at her, shut up, follow me." In part 1, we go through the inner workings of the club, how it starts unraveling near the end of 2018 when a random club goer, very controversial club goer, is seen on CCTV camera being hit by an employee of Burning Sun. In part 2, which was uploaded a week ago, we do a deep dive on how that man, the controversial club goer that was hit by the staff, was not actually the real whistleblower of Burning Sun like the mainstream media depicted him to be. But in fact, the 5 real whistleblowers in this case are 5 women. In 2016, the first whistleblower was JJY's girlfriend. JJY is one of the main idols involved in the secretly filming video group chats. A girlfriend of JJY's walks into the police station to report that her boyfriend, this famous celebrity, JJY, had been filming her without her consent in these inappropriate situations. The police go to investigate, and JJY, his phone is conveniently broken. But since he's such a stand-up guy, he's gonna take it to a third-party tech shop to try and recover all of his files so that he can prove to the police that no such file of his girlfriend exists. The second whistleblower would be the girl that works at that said tech shop. She wishes to remain anonymous, but against fear for her own life. Okay, just some context here. Korea is not the place that you go up against someone that has more money than you. Money almost always wins. It's actually known that when you want to pick a fight with someone, you consider your status and their status first.
Yeah, and that is, I would say, not just Korea. That is most parts of the world. If you have money, you have power. And what I mean by that is a lot of people who have money have gotten away with a lot of heinous stuff. If you look at someone like Sean Diddy Combs, if you look at a lot of the billionaires in this world, and you hear a lot of stuff that go on, some substantiated, some not substantiated, you ask yourself, how are they getting away with all these? It's because of money. Absolutely. So it is sad. It shouldn't happen that way. However, that is the world we live in. And that is why I keep saying the best person that can take care of you is yourself. Nobody can take care of you better than yourself. If you allow yourself in situations that you can't come out of, or if you allow yourself in very, very scary and sketchy situations, if you don't listen to your instinct and your gut, and you allow yourself in such situations, you are not guaranteed justice. You will get justice if you're going against somebody of your status. If you're going against somebody of a higher status, chances are you probably will not get justice. So in your day-to-day life, please take care of yourself. Please know where you're going. If your gut is telling you not to go somewhere or not to do something or not to get involved in something, please listen. You only have one life. Enjoy it, but enjoy it with caution.
You got to think about who your parents are, how much money you have, where you live, all of these things before you pick a fight. Like, that's a saying because it's that difficult. Against all of that, she recovered all the files on JJY's phone, realized, wow, okay, this K-pop idol, JJY, and all of his other famous and powerful friends are doing some crazy, shady, illegal things. She secretly copies all the evidence into 3 USB drives, and she keeps it for 3 years. Until she finally turns it in anonymously to an attorney. The third woman, a whistleblower, is reporter Park. In 2016, she reported on the fact that JJY was being investigated by the police because his girlfriend alleged that he had recorded videos of her. Since at that point, she doesn't have any concrete evidence or proof, even just reporting on the allegation makes her receive these relentless attacks in cyberbullying. Reporter Park was doxxed, bullied, harassed, her number was leaked, she was scared for her life for 2 years straight. It was relentless. She was actually targeted by a group called the Anti-Feminist Group in South Korea. I mean, I think the name says it all. They're literally anti-feminist. They think feminism is ruining the country. So she was scared for her life. For 2 years straight, it was relentless, like I said, to the point that she miscarried twice and lost her ability to conceive. The fourth whistleblower was reporter Kang. She actually starts reporting on Burning Sun 3 years after reporter Park. She saw what happened to reporter Park. Reporter Park almost lost her career. It ruined her life. And reporter Kang still took her attorney's friend's request. She gets a call from an attorney friend, and he's like, something very strange happened. I opened up the mailbox at the office, the law office. We have 3 USB drives of very suspicious videos on there. We need to investigate. In 2019, she starts sorting through all the evidence and writing articles on it. However, she realizes she can't take this to the police. I mean, yeah, she can write articles, but without releasing concrete proof and getting the police involved, it sounds fake. It sounds like, oh, well, this sounds like a crazy allegation against some of the biggest idols. How do we know we can trust this woman? She can't take it to the police, though, because
Yeah, and then again, if you look at these stories, the police sometimes have let a lot of people down. A lot of people down. Look at the Itaewon case, for instance. I'm not talking about the police that later went over there and tried to rectify issues. I'm talking about those that got the calls before the disaster took place. The Seoul Ferry tragedy, the Sampoon Mall, and all that stuff. You realize that, well, not very much the Sampoon, but the other cases. You realize that mostly the police didn't do anything. The inward boarding case, when the deaf kids were being assaulted, the police were informed, and guess what they did? Nothing, because it was a powerful family running the school. You see, so I am not blaming the reporter a lot for not trusting the police or for not giving it to the police. I would say it's probably less to do with the evidence than what the police would actually say. Knowing that it's Seungri and other very, very famous people, they probably would blow it away. Well, they'll probably push it aside and say, oh, nah, it's okay. There's nothing going on here. There's nothing to see here. And then things spiral out of control.
according to the group chats, the guys have a higher up in the police involved that, quote, helps their problems magically disappear. Who knows whose hands this case is going to end up in if she turns it in? Perhaps it'll magically disappear as well. So that means she needs to figure out who this police official is. But she's stuck. Nobody wants to help her with this case. Nobody wants to get involved. It's so high profile. It's messy. It's got elements of sex and feminism and like things people just want to stay away from. It seems like too much trouble until she receives a call from Goo Hara, a K-pop idol who recently tried to self-exit. And she tells reporter Kang she wants to help. She was friends with fellow K-pop idol Choi of FT Island, who was part of those group chats with the inappropriate videos. And she believed that she could probably get him to tell her the name of the police official. It's actually only through Goo Hara that reporter Kang is able to get that name. And then a few months later, Goo Hara is found dead in her apartment.
And that is sad. God rest Goo Hara's soul. She didn't deserve the bullying she got. She didn't deserve the ostracization. She didn't deserve all the internet trolls that were harassing her. She didn't deserve that at all. But after her first failed attempt, she still did something good before she passed. She helped solve this case. But to what extent? Because at the end of the day, all these women that helped blow the whistle went through a lot of setbacks and nothing was done about it for a long time. I mean, it is still crazy. Multiple evidences, multiple things that showed clearly what happened. Victims coming out, everything coming out, but still not having justice. It goes to show that if you're rich, you can pretty much slow down justice, slow down time, get away with stuff. And it's disgusting. It's disgusting. And the punch in the gut is knowing that Seungri had a year and a half after all this. All the women that were victimized, he had a year and a half. It's crazy. He's still dating. And the victims are left traumatized.
In part 2, we go in depth on a few people's careers, but just to give you the briefest of brief recaps, in the Burning Sun case, the most notable K-pop idols involved are Seungri of Big Bang. He's probably the most famous and more influential and powerful. Then you have JJY of Drug Island and Choi of FT Island. So JJY, he was part of a rock band. I think his image was bad boy music, but still a softie. That was his image.
Yeah, and he was a piece of shit. He's not a softie anymore. He's a rat's turd, a smelly rat's turd. He's a piece of rat's turd. This guy deserves all the bad things in the world happen to him. He deserves everything bad happened to him. Him, Seungri, and Choi. All of them and everyone else that helped facilitate that. I hate this guy. He was probably the one that didn't delete the group chats. That's why they got all the evidences. He's stupid. He's very stupid. I've never seen anybody as stupid as this guy.
Image before this whole Burning Sun case. Choi of FT Island had the boy next door innocent boy image. That was his whole shtick. Seungri was the underdog of Big Bang. He wasn't the most beloved at the time, so a lot of people were rooting for him. It was also stated that he had the best business acumen out of all of the Big Bang members.
Nah, I disagree. He was the most piece of shit and didn't even deserve to be in the Big Bang. He was the deadbeat of the group. He pulled the group back. The group would have been extra 10 times famous without him in it. He is not the most talented in the group. The rest of the group are more talented than him. He's a rat's turd. They carried him because he had no talent. Yeah, he's stupid. I hate this guy.
So all of these guys are fully loved throughout their entire careers. Then we went in depth on Goo Hara's life career. She debuted with a group called Kara, but because of one single relationship that she had with this other male idol, she starts being labeled as a relationship idol, which in Korea, this is basically a way to kill your career. Nobody cared that she practiced for 10 hours a day. Nobody cared that she learned English and Japanese just for her job. She learned 2 additional languages. Nobody cared about any of that because she was photographed with guys. Once in a while, she would have lunch with a guy, and that became her whole image. She was known as someone who is so boy obsessed. Then in 2018, news broke that she assaulted her boyfriend, physically assaulted him when he tried to break up with her. His name is Choi Jung-pom. We're going to call him CJ. He's just a random nobody. He's a hairdresser in Gangnam. They're dating. He stated, "I tried to break up with Hara. She threw a fit. She started beating me up." Slowly, news starts trickling out to indicate, okay, that's not exactly what happened. CJ was a very jealous, toxic, manipulative, terrifying boyfriend. Hara didn't want another fight with him, so she lied about having lunch with a male coworker because, it's literally a work meeting, but she knew that he was going to flip out, so she lied. He finds out, breaks into her house in the middle of the night, starts beating her. She fights back, scratching his face, screaming at him, and that night, he emails Dispatch, a Korean tabloid, twice to tell them, "I have crazy information on Goo Hara that's not going to disappoint, so you reach out to me."
Yeah, so that guy is... If you haven't heard the story, it will punch you in the gut. It will make you mad. That guy made me so mad. He's a stupid hairdresser who deserves to be in hell. He's stupid. So he dated her, but he turned out to be a manipulative piece of rat's turd, man. He was a piece of rat's freaking turd because all he did was put her down, was so obsessive, had all bad words and negative stuff to say about Hara just to big up himself and his stupid ego. And he was a deadbeat. He was a deadbeat boyfriend. He was nothing compared to Hara. Hara shouldn't have dated him anyway, but you don't know who you date until you date them. Then you start finding it, because if Hara knew this piece of shit was who he was, I don't think she would have dated him, and rightfully so. And I believe he was part of the reason why Hara did what she did to herself. Even though there were a lot of backlashes in in Korea against Hara, this piece of shit was he fueled it. He fueled it.
He also sends Goo Hara 2 videos with no words, just 2 videos that he recorded while they were being intimate. The implication is very clear. He's threatening to ruin her career with them. Goo Hara goes public with this information in the end of 2018. By 2019, CJ apologizes on his Instagram and opens up a new salon. Goo Hara gets bullied for getting plastic surgery, and she attempts to self-exit. She gets bullied after all of this. And even after all of that, after all the mistrust in the industry that she has, she still reaches out to reporter King to help with exposing Burning Sun, going up against her own friends, going up against powerful guys in the industry to help bring them down. She was probably, at her time, one of the most hated K-pop idols. Hated. People just did not like her because she did not do what they wanted her to do. She and her friend Sulli were probably the most hated celebrities at one point. Her best friend Sulli is another K-pop idol we talked about in part 2. She debuted with a massive girl group called FX, but her career comes crumbling down because it's revealed that she's dating Choiza, a rapper whose nickname refers to his large private parts, but he's 33 at the time. She's 19. They have a 14-year age gap, and the public starts taking it out on Sulli, calling her a sex addict, a slut, a whore. They ask her where her mom is. And instead of backing down and apologizing, Sulli just keeps trying to live her life. And people do not like that. They're really upset about that. So in this episode, we're going to go in depth on the careers of all these idols and how they start clashing and how Sulli and Goo Hara end up passing away within a month of each other. And how there are rumors that Seungri is trying to open up another club right now, since he's been released from prison. He's trying.
Disgusting. Disgusting. Tell me in what world that has to happen? Knowing what he did, knowing his predatory behavior. How is this guy opening another club? How is he opening another club? This is crazy to me. I don't understand this.
Trying to open up basically another burning sun. I implore you to watch part 1 and especially part 2 before watching this episode so things will make a lot more sense and you get a fuller picture of the events. But with that being said, let's get into it. We're going to start going from 2015 through 2019 through the timeline of events and how everything escalates into 3 idols in jail and 2 gone. In 2015, Sulli is being bullied for dating Choiza. Meanwhile, her best friend Goo Hara is dealing with this whole new scandal. The scandal of being too financially literate. Goo Hara's bandmates, they went on this show and they said that, oh yeah, we nicknamed her the Queen of Financial Skills. She had saved up most of the money that she earned. She bought this single family house in Gangnam for, at the time it was like $838,000. She didn't even live there. She rented it out, making $5,400 a month. And then she sold it for $1.5 million. So she made both rental income on that property and capital gains on the investment property. I mean, she's been doing this with multiple investment properties throughout Seoul. A real estate agent would later say, the locations Goo Hara chooses are really optimal. She's able to pinpoint areas where land prices are expected to rise steadily. This is impressive, considering previously netizens commented that Goo Hara has no talent whatsoever. Well now, those same netizens are pissed. They comment, these clowns earn way too much money. She acts like a psycho attention whore, but the reality is she's just super rich. What the It seems like she's doing this to cut back on her taxes. Athletes and celebrities get paid way too much.
Oh my goodness, bro. Tell me this is all a joke. Y'all bully her saying she has no talent. When she had the interview with those good for nothing guys and they bullied her to no end, y'all called her talentless. Y'all called her someone who shouldn't earn as much as she's earning. It comes out that she is like into real estate. She's buying this property. She's fixing these properties, selling, renting them, and also selling them for much more than she bought them for. And now she's doing that for taxes. So what the hell should she have done? What the hell should she have done? I mean, sometimes fans are so damn toxic that it is unbelievable. It's just unbelievable. Oh my goodness, man. Shame onto all you who bullied her and Sulli. They both did not deserve that. Are you happy now? Really? Oh, wow.
Talk about luck. She's literally good at nothing for a kid, not even an ounce of talent. Ugh. Goo Hara literally cannot win. I do want to say that both Hara and Sulli had their fan base, obviously, that loved them and would go to war for them. But that group was nothing going up against the amount of hate that the hateful group was sending. I mean, they would flood their comment section. Meanwhile, Seungri starts organizing sex services in 2015 for Japanese investors. Two brothers, Japanese investors, were flying into South Korea to meet with Seungri. Seungri made sure to prepare an itinerary for them a month in advance. A luxury car would pick them up from Incheon Airport with sex workers inside. They would be driven to a luxury hotel where the sex workers would further provide additional services, mainly whatever the brothers wanted.
2015, so that's way before, 3 years before Burning Sun.
Yes.
Do we know what kind of business he was doing?
He was opening up other bars. He had one bar called Miltang Pocha. He had two bars/clubs called Monkey Museum, one in Korea and one in China before Burning Sun.
Now, I have to say, what Sulli was doing here, right, is not as disturbing as the Burning Sun thing where he would drug innocent people and give them to the rich people. Hear me out. A lot of rich people get that treatment even now outside of Seungri. Let's be honest. They go to places, they get good cars and stuff like that, and they get women given to them for the night. Like, let's not pretend we don't know that. If for nothing at all, we heard the Diddy case and we heard how people are given these women and stuff like that. We know that these happen. My problem with Seungri is that if you're doing this for investors with people who are ass workers, that's fine. However, if you're doing it with innocent people who come to your club to have fun, you drug them out of their will. After that, you post their naked pictures in your group chats laughing about it. That is where you become a piece of rat's turd. They didn't ask for that. They're not ex-workers. They're not escort services. This, what she's describing now, like giving them ex-workers and it happens. That is the life they live. So yeah, Burning Sun is disgusting. Doing that to innocent women is disgusting. He should have been in for life or for at least 50 years. That guy he is still a piece of shit now.
He was always trying to start these businesses. He has ramen shops. He has restaurants. Yeah.
That's crazy because you would think he already probably has a lot of money.
Yeah.
He has all the influence, all the clout. Whatever restaurant or bar he opens, people will go.
It seems like he has and I mean this with the most disrespect possible, I think that he has an inferiority complex. Because all of the other Big Bang members, a lot of them are talented, or a lot of them are talented and very conventionally attractive. He was known in Korea at the time, I recall, as being the one that just didn't really have either.
Yeah, I remember. He was like the last member to be added on, I believe.
Yeah, so a lot of people felt that he wasn't necessarily that talented at singing or dancing or stage performance. And they added that he wasn't the most conventionally attractive in the group. So there are other group members that are considered not conventionally attractive because that's literally how K-pop works. But they're so talented at singing.
Oh yeah, he was neither. He was not. He shouldn't have been in the group. He shouldn't have been in the group. He should have been selling soju somewhere. That is what he should have been doing. Or like, man, cleaning up drains and stuff like that. He should not have been in the position he should have been. The other guy he was gunning for the position with, who lost, should have had that position, should have been in Big Bang. But unfortunately, this piece of rat's turd had it. And yeah, he's shown what a big rat's turd he is. So yeah, we were so unfortunate to come across the stupid guy named Seungri, JJY, and Choi. Those pieces of rat's turd, those stupid human beings, those less humans, animals.
That they're so beloved.
Yeah. But I mean, I think either way, if he's talented or not, good looking or not.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. He already has all the success.
Exactly.
Like he's already made it. Any business he opened, he's made it. Why are you still doing all these things? Like, I don't even know if it's just money. Like trafficking women, doing all of these things.
Yeah.
Like, it's just evil.
It's evil. I think it's ego. Like, he would rather be evil and try to get a little bit more over people. Because, I mean, think about it. If you join a group and you're still making so much money and you're not the most loved, I would just quietly be in the back dancing. But no, he's got to be better than all of them. It's so weird. And
Well, I do not agree with the things he did with Berenstain with the innocent people. However, like, I mean, having multiple streams of income is not a bad thing, unless I'm not getting Stephanie's point right. Now, Stephanie's saying he wanted to be extra with having these ramen companies and stuff like that. Maybe I'm misinterpreting it, but I don't see a problem with that. I believe it was like his business acumen and stuff, like his business acumen, wanting to make more money and stuff like that. And as competitive as people are, especially some men and some women are, nothing makes them content, right? You can meet a competitive person. They have a lot of money, but they still want to open business ventures. They still want more streams of income. So nothing is like content. So you're like, man, you have a lot of money. Why open this shop? Why open another venture? Why do this thing? And it's like, it's never enough. So I think that is a competitive nature. Where I do not agree with Seungri is having them drug innocent people. That is a crime. That is a crime. That is illegal. That is an evil person doing that. That is a shit person, a shit-faced human being. No, a shit-faced animal of Sulli doing that. But aside that, if he had just opened a club and everybody's having fun and open this ramen company and open other ventures, that's fine. Nobody will call him evil. I wouldn't call him a piece of shit, a piece of rat's turd, a stupid animal. But he decided that after all those ventures, he was going to do illegal stuff. That's what makes him everything I called him.
December of 2015 and January of 2016, Seungri provided sexual services to Japanese, Hong Kong, Taiwanese, and Korean investors 29 times in 2 months. This is also very illegal. Sex work is illegal in South Korea. It's actually considered sex trafficking at this point.
Oh, so X work is different in South Korea. Now that explains it. The reason why I said aside the innocent people, it was fine, was because I thought South Korea also had like escort services that Sulli was interested in and stuff like that. Now, if South Korea had escort services and X work was legal somewhat, and he is into that business with people who have agreed to be ex-workers, then, I mean, I don't see the reason why he should be bashed for that. But if ex-work is illegal in South Korea, add that to that piece of shit's charges and lock him up.
So, because he's facilitating it. In 2016, Hara and Sulli have their first joint controversies. So 2016 is really when things start crumbling for the girls. This is just the start of a string of controversies surrounding the girls. And you're going to sit back in 2024 and think this is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard, but just bear with me. In 2016, they post pictures from a personal photo shoot that they did together. So it's not done by their agencies. One picture shows them both wearing these white crew necks, just hoodies, posing in front of a white wall. Neither of them are smiling. It's all very aesthetic. But the photo that netizens have a problem with is they're both wearing the same shirt. So imagine an oversized t-shirt.
Shit.
They're facing each other and they've both put their heads in through the t-shirt hole for the head. They're sharing one shirt. And it appears that they're naked underneath. It doesn't appear like they're wearing pants or anything, right? So they're both in the same shirt and they're both unclothed. But the main issue that netizens had is the shirt reads very clearly, Johnson & Johnson's baby oil. Sulli,
is this an ad or?
No.
Oh, okay.
Sulli and Hara are accused of taking Lolita-esque pictures. The comments read, they're basically infantilizing themselves, is what the comments accuse them of.
Oh my
because
gosh.
baby oil, but yet they're naked. It just, the juxtaposition, they said, was very uncomfortable. A lot of the haters. I will say general consensus for this controversy in South Korea was a lot of people didn't like it, but you had a strong group of people that wanted them to basically be killed for it. Like a firing squad and everything. You would think that they killed a baby. The comments read, is this necessary? Are they both crazy? What's wrong with them? Why take such Lolita-esque pictures like this? The pictures always look submissive or sleepy with blushing cheeks and bedroom eyes. The models always look like they're ready to be dominated. This isn't innocent at all. I hope Johnson & Johnson sues them. How dare they use a baby product for an inappropriate concept like this? Haters even went as far to email Johnson & Johnson to take legal action against the girls.
Oh my gosh. Look. What? Oh my goodness, man. Everything they did against Sulli and Hara was overboard. Shame on you guys that did that, man. What did you seek to achieve? What did you seek to achieve? If I scroll through Instagram, or if I'm reading news articles and I come across celebrities posing and I don't agree with that, you know what I do? I scroll past. Unless it is a diss or an insult to like humanity or a religion or stuff like that, then we all share ideas. They pose naked in a Johnson & Johnson t-shirt. Is that a picture that I will be a fan of? No, I won't be a fan of that picture. But is it a picture that would cause me to email Johnson & Johnson and have them what? Sued? Dude, that is way too much. That is way too much. Oh my God. Some fans are toxic. Extremely toxic. And I believe it stems from jealousy. Some stems from envy that they're not in that position. Some stems from the fact that they want to have control of their fans, of the celebrities' lives, which is obsessive. And some, I don't know, man. It's like I see a lot of envy and stuff. And a lot of wanting to control the celebrities' lives. Dude, if you don't like the picture, the worst you should do is dislike it. Calling Johnson & Johnson to sue them? Oh my goodness.
The comment reads, I honestly thought the picture was maliciously photoshopped, but the source is actually Sulli's Instagram. Some angry netizens even went as far as boycotting all brands promoted by Sulli, even emailing Johnson & Johnson stating that they need to sue her. Sulli responds by posting a picture on Instagram and writing in her caption, Lolita, Lolita, don't go overboard, leave insult somewhere more appropriate and just look at my pretty face instead. So in Korean, it's more like a poem, I guess. Now, some netizens said the girls were promoting Lolita culture and that the photo shoot itself was, quote, like, and in bad taste.
Oh my goodness.
A few things to note here. The photographer they worked with is pretty well known in the industry for his Lolita-style photo shoots. He has a whole controversy later for literal crimes, but at this point, nobody knew any of that. They just knew the photographer's name that did this. He loves Lolita, but the girls are the ones that are being burned at the stake for it. When this photographer, that's all he does. Some discourse would say, yeah, I mean, I think most people can agree that the photo shoot maybe not the best thing they could have done, but some small discourse about it was, what about the industry? I mean, both these girls joined the industry when they were so young. They were sexualized in their youth before they were even of age and sold it to the mass markets. Nobody complained about being like then, but then the girls do something like this from their own free will. Again, not the best photo shoot, but they are seen as these wicked, evil, conniving, sexual, disgusting people who want there to be more disgusting men in the world, who want all...
Exactly. So the thing is, just like I said before, I'm not a fan of that picture. But am I going to email Johnson & Johnson? That is way too much. That is doing too much. Get a job and get a life. Now, you realize that a lot of celebrities take photos, do stunts and things that makes us wonder what was the intent of this. You know, like some things they do makes you think, yo, are they thinking or what was the outcome of this? You know, but it should tell us that they're being manipulated. They don't have their own free will. I'm telling you. I used to think celebrities did things by their own free will. Someone wakes up, stretches, see that it's such a boring day. Let me go take some quote unquote nude pictures, quote unquote like suggestive or controversial pictures. That's not how it's done. Most of these are strategic. And that is why you realize some celebrities tend to have a lot of buzz when they do these things. And mostly it is before they release albums. It is before they release projects. It is before they release movies and stuff like that. Always to sell a product. And then it made me think that, oh, so these celebrities really, if you think about it, are not even of their own free will. They don't have free will. They're told what to do, and it's binded and bounded by a contract. So if you're angry at the celebrity, mostly you're angry at the wrong thing. And that is what Sulli Goo Hara said in the photo, that your messages is coming to the wrong people. For all you know, it was like they were gaslit into doing that. So sometimes we got to chill out. We got to ask more questions than backlash. Ask them questions like, we didn't like this. We think it's quote unquote Lolita-ish. Like, why? What is the essence of this? You know, stuff like that. Rather than bullying them till they unalive themselves. Like, that's crazy.
Children to suffer. It's like the weirdest thing. Like, the assumptions and the lines that are drawn out of this are just abnormal. Meanwhile, JJY texts into his group chat, "Let's all meet together, go to a strip bar, and girl in the car."
2016?
Yeah. Other members of the group chat respond, "We already do that though." "That's true, haha." In another text message that year, JJY sends a video into the group chat. It appears to be a video taken of intimate relations he had with a woman, and she does not know that he took the video. He texts along with this video, "It's hilarious that I fucked the third floor hallway, recorded the whole." Seungri and his friends open up a new establishment called Miltang Pocha, and through text, they start talking about how they're going to evade taxes on the business. Oh, there's this crazy gnarly quote in their text message where they go, "This is why I love Korea," basically saying they love Korea because it helps them evade the law. Instead of registering their new bar as a bar or club establishment where the taxes are higher, they said that they were going to establish it as a restaurant. And when people are dancing, because that's what you do at a club, he was just going to tell the government officials, they're just walking around. They're dancing in place. Yeah. Seungri sends nude photos of 3 fans he meets during his China fan meet. They're naked, laying in bed, and it's likely that he took it without their consent. He will actually be charged guilty of this photo later on.
So seeing that, how do people still defend Seungri? You tell me that he didn't do it. You have no proof. He goes to the army and serves time for that. And then you still defend this piece of shit. He goes have a fan meet in China and shares their naked photo of the Chinese fans that he had a fan meet with. And you want me to be convinced that this piece of shit, that this idiot, this rat's turd is innocent and everybody hates him? I hate him, but he's not innocent. If you want to show me proof that he's innocent all day, every day, please put it in the comments. Join our Discord. Put it in there. I'll be happy to look into it. But as it stands now, he's a piece of rat's turd.
This is in 2016. Before
He sent a photo of 3 girls on the bed.
3 of his Chinese fans after a Chinese fan meet, which, think about the power imbalance. And then on top of that, it looks like it was taken without their consent. In 2016, the guys go on that ski trip and they start sending multiple videos and photos of themselves having intimate relations with women that appear to be unconscious and unaware of what's happening to them. Seungri is not on the ski trip, but like I said, he is in that group chat. In 2016, another major incident takes place. JJY and his friends are at a fan meet. After the fan meet, they end up calling up a woman they know. Some sources state that this woman is a fan. Some sources state that she's just a friend. Perhaps she could be both. Either way, the power imbalance is still there. They call her to come over and hang out with them at the hotel. But after that fan meet, she would later state she had a few drinks with them and she doesn't remember anything afterwards. When she woke up, her head was aching and all her clothes were off. One of the guys was next to her and she started panicking and asked, "What happened? What happened?" And he's smiling at her, asking her, "Oh, you don't remember?" And he just starts laughing in her face. She states she does not remember a single thing. She said her head was swollen. It felt like she banged it. The whole thing was just humiliating and startling. The next day, the guys talk about it in the group chat. They state they basically gang R-worded the girl, and she was so drunk.
Oh, I got so scared yesterday thinking that the girl had a real concussion. Oh my goodness. Sound of her skull cracking when she fell. Brother Jung and I were really surprised. Brother Jung. We called him brother. Look. It is, you see, like, should I say this? At some point, I mean, doing these stories will have me blow up and crash out and have this channel taken because let me just shut up now. It's crazy.
She almost cracked her skull. They said they were nervous, thinking she was going to die or have a concussion, and the sound of her head cracking when she fell was just too hilarious. JJY responds that they almost got caught because one of the guys was filming her and turned his flash on. He literally says, "You your flash on."
Like almost woke her up?
Yeah.
Wow.
And then they respond, it was so hilarious. That same year, in 2016, JJY's ex-girlfriend walks into a police station and reports that her boyfriend, K-pop idol, has taken explicit videos of her without her consent. Which we go more in depth on this one, but I will link those parts below. She goes to the police, he sends his phone, and journalist reporter Park, remember? Starts writing about it. She gets death threats. It's a whole thing. This is all in 2016.
That's crazy that didn't even blow up in 2016, 17, 18 until later, until finally the Burning Sun thing happened.
Until 2019.
Right.
In 2017, this is a big year for the people who hate on Sulli and Goo Hara. Starting off in the beginning of 2017, Sulli and Hara post a series of Instagram pictures. Now, I feel like these pictures would be really aesthetic now, but I guess in 2017, they're not the typical conventional pretty K-pop selfies people were seeing back in the day. These photos look a little more avant-garde, photography editorial pictures rather than just modeling pictures. They're black and white photos of them, fresh face, no makeup on. This becomes a scandal. The comments are, I can't even read you most of them because they're really racist, but the gist of it is stating that the girls look like they're part of a tribe.
Wait, what?
Yeah, so I guess...
What kind of photo is it?
Just selfies of them, not smiling, staring into the camera, and their hair is a little frizzy, and they have no makeup on.
And people are hating because why?
Stating that they look like just like racist comments, comparing them to, I don't know. Yeah, I can't even repeat.
Wow.
Haters are commenting that they look like refugees. Someone comments, Sulli has ugly eyes and Goo Hara looks like she's getting old. I bet all they do when they meet up is take pictures of each other. Hey, take a picture of me. They really have nothing going for them other than their skin tones, because now that
You have everything going for you, and that is why you're always in the comment section, huh? Is that it? Look, these fans, right? I'm talking about the toxic fans. And if you're part of it, listen up. You are showing with every negative comment you leave of how much insecure you are, how much unhappy you are with yourself. So in turn, you project towards these celebrities. You live vicariously through them and you express how much you hate yourself by bullying them. Most of these comments are uncalled for. Most of these comments are so gnarly and stupid because if I see celebrities taking pictures of no makeup, what will cause you to insult that? They put on makeup, you hate it. They don't put on makeup, you hate it. They're dating, you hate it. They're not dating, you hate it. They have interviews, you hate it. They don't have interviews, you hate it. So what the heck should celebrities do at this point? This is insane. For all of you that left stupid comments on Goo Hara's post and Sulli's post, you should be really ashamed of yourself. And I hope horrible things happen to you unless you feel remorse. It's crazy.
the photos in black and white, it's just ugly. Basically saying they're only pretty because they're pale. Another person comments, are they on drugs? This is a scandal. Then there's Soju Gate. Sulli and Hara are live streaming on Instagram. Both girls are in their early 20s, so well above the drinking age. I mean, this is legal. It's the two of them. It looks like they're home. They're eating Korean barbecue, giggling, having a good time. When they look at the soju bottle and it's their friend on there, a fellow idol. So they're like, okay, then we got to do a taste test to support our friend. So the comments on this, as they're drinking the soju, reads, they don't seem normal in the head. This is so sick. Dumb bitches only upload pictures of themselves drinking every day. One and the same, these two. They're both has-beens who try so hard to get attention. They're not even drunk.
You're the one giving them attention. What the heck? If they're trying so much for attention, you wouldn't give them attention, would you? You're the one looking to give them attention. They're trying alcohol with their friend on it to give a taste test, and you're butthurt about it. This is, I've never seen anything as toxic as this ever. It's crazy.
They're just like taking a shot of soju. Then Kissgate. This is a whole scandal.
Oh
the
my
girls are
gosh.
celebrating Sulli's 23rd birthday, and there's these cute little gold balloons in the back. They're both wearing these matching dresses. Sulli's in the pink version, Hara's in the blue version. Which side note, the dresses are super cute. They're almost like what you would wear as a kid on your birthday, but not in like a weird infantilization way. Just they're striped t-shirts. It looks very casual. It's actually quite innocent attire for a 23rd birthday. They're both standing there side by side in front of the balloons live streaming, and they're taking pictures, and then they turn to look at each other and they jokingly pucker their lips and they lean in and they so barely touch their lips together. It reminds me of a kiss that a mom would give her toddler. Very like, mwah, like exaggerated, mwah, that type of kiss. The comments read, they're literally insane. I wonder if Hara knows today is Kara's 10th anniversary. Why is she harming their image? They got nothing to do and just want attention. Other comments are fully questioning their sexuality. They read, I think they're lesbians. Yeah, I'm afraid the two will announce that they're dating in the future. It looks like they're at least going to come out as bisexual soon. You think they're...
I think you're a stalker and you should have a life. You should have a life. Stop being an idiot.
Seriously doing it? I think they did it with each other. This was a controversy. Those were the controversies the girls faced together in 2017, but Sulli is in a few controversies of her own that same year. The first controversy starts with an Instagram picture, and an article is written about it titled, Does Sulli Dream of Becoming the Kim Kardashian of Korea?
What?
The photo in question is of her laying on the floor mattress. There's like a mattress on the floor. She's wearing a slip dress. She's laying down and smiling at the camera. Again, the picture is only very sexual if you want it to be. It seems like she's hanging out with the girls and someone takes a photo of her. All of their scandals is very much girlhood. Like everything that they do are things that just girls typically do. She's laying on the floor chit-chatting with her girls. Someone takes a picture. She's not trying to be sexy. She's not trying to be perceived a certain way. She's literally just like eating popcorn with the girls. The birthday photo that they kiss, again, nothing is inherently sexual about it. It's just kind of how girls enjoy each other's company, I guess you would say.
Yeah. And I think these people are actually sexualizing them.
Yes.
Like-
nothing is sexual about it.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I mean, truly, maybe she's not wearing pants, but it's not like she's flashing anyone or posing in a suggestive manner on the floor mattress. But the article written for this one picture reads, on March 3rd, Sulli posted a photo of herself lying down in a skimpy slip that went viral. In the photo, Sulli appears to be wearing no bottoms, and her provocative pose sparked the sexual imagination.
Crazy.
Sulli's behavior is reminiscent of Kim Kardashian in the United States, constantly posting photos on social media that emphasize her sexuality, including close-ups of her body parts and revealing outfits. The article goes on to not so subtly, not so nicely, state that Sulli is posting a lot of sexual photos and doing everything that she can, but showcasing real talent. They say if she...
Was there a way Sulli and Goo Hara's management could have blocked those people? Because I'm really thinking about it. It wasn't going to stop. It was not going to stop. So was there a way they could have blocked them, like reported those accounts and stuff like that? Because I think some of those cowards needed a reality check, man. That's how I feel. I feel some of those idiots needed a reality check. You are on their page constantly leaving negative comments and accusing them of being sexual while you're sexualizing them, accusing them of wanting attention while you're giving your attention 247. You don't have a job? They should have blocked these people, like a greater chunk of them. Like, should have blocked them, should have had a press saying, screw all of you leaving negative comments. We love our fans, but screw you leaving negative comments. Yeah, we don't need your support. How about that? You're not giving us support anyway, so screw you. And then forgotten about it. Live their lives because they're going to be haters anyway. You're not ostracizing them. They did that. They hate you. You hate me. Screw you. Screw you. I think that's how they should have went. But it's the Korean society. Everything is based on respect, and in a way, man, that is very, very, very depressing. Because you can't really push back so hard, else you'll be touted as the disrespectful one. But if it were me, oh man, I'll make headlines every day. I would diss them. It will be a spectacle.
He has any, we wouldn't know. Comments on the article read, please don't ever compare her to Kim Kardashian. There's such a huge gap in their bodies to ever compare them to.
Yeah, huge gap because Kim Kardashian's body is fake. Definitely everybody knows that. Quote unquote, her backside doesn't match her hips at all. It's really, really glaring, and it's really, mind-blowingly fake. So yeah, if that is what you mean by their bodies are different, absolutely different. I see someone natural versus someone very unnatural and full of plastic.
Do you not see the major difference between her and Kim Kardashian? Like I said, their bodies are not even comparable.
Wait, so they're cheating on her because they're saying she's not even as sexy as Kim Kardashian?
Yeah, because she's not even trying to be sexy. Yeah.
That is crazy.
Yeah. At least Kim Kardashian is voluminous. Sulli seems to think that she has a hot body with the way that she keeps exposing it all the time when she actually doesn't, which is what makes her even more annoying. Sulli's nothing more than an attention whore who has awakened to the life of having a big D.
You should ask your mama about that. How she gave birth to you. She was probably looking for a big D she never had because your dad didn't have it. And the other person saying, oh, she's an attention whore and stuff like what? I don't even remember, man. Go ask your mama about that, man. It's stupid. At this point, I'm fed up with the toxic fans. I'm fed up with y'all. You're stupid. If you're a good fan, kudos to you. Keep doing the good job you're doing. You know yourself. You know where you what category you fall into. If you're a good fan, kudos to you. Good for you. You don't like something, you scroll past. You don't insult. You don't bully. Good for you. Keep doing what you're doing. Enjoy entertainment. If you're a toxic fan, F you. You're stupid. Get a life.
I will say, again, both the girls had steadfast supporters and fans. Most of the girlies are supporting them at this point. They're just like, just leave them alone is the sentiment. Let them do their thing. They're not hurting anybody. They're having fun. If that bothers you, just click off. But every little thing that they do becomes news and everyone wants to just hate on them. But by far, Sulli's biggest controversy to date is Nipplegate. That's what they call it. It's so dramatic. But she posted a picture of herself on Instagram wearing a...
What the heck is wrong with this picture? Now, when I say what the heck is wrong with this picture, definitely is not my favorite. However, haven't you seen worse pictures on Instagram, on Facebook, on social media sites than this picture? Haven't you seen worse pictures? Tell me you haven't seen worse pictures. If you call this Nipplegate, I will call that Porngate. Are you crazy? At this point, they just wanted to pick on everything they did. It was like Sulli and Goo Hara was their focus whenever they woke up. Everything they did, they were going to scrutinize. And that is why I said they should have pushed back. They should have said, man, if it's screw us, then screw you too. I don't care about your support. You're not supporting anyway. Screw you all. Yeah, they should have done that. They should have been on that type of time.
Pretty thick tank top. And through the fabric, I guess if you're staring quite hard, you can see the outline of her nipples. On another one where she's sitting in a long sleeve shirt, you can see the outline again of her breast. And both the outfits, not that it matters, are incredibly modest. Like they're just regular pieces of clothing. She just happens to not be wearing a bra. But it seems like this is some netizens' first time understanding human anatomy, because one comment reads, "If I was her friend, I would tell her to delete Instagram. Why has she changed so much?"
If I was your friend, I would tell you to get a stupid life because you don't have any.
This reminds me of the quote to ruin a woman is to call her a slut in public. That's it. That's all it takes. And that's what they're doing to Sulli. And it's pretty clear the negative comments, the cyberbullying, it's getting to Sulli. She posts on Instagram a picture promoting her boyfriend's new song. The picture itself, this is Cheja. Her rapper boyfriend. And the picture itself is a funny image of her drinking soju. It's like a meme. And the caption reads, "There was a time when I thought it would be nice if I would never wake up from my sleep. Then my boyfriend showed me this song and it made me feel better and more stable. This is why I cried. I uploaded this post as a fan because the song was so good." Likely not helping Sulli's mental state at the time is later in 2017, Sulli and Cheja will announce their breakup. Meanwhile, Seungri? He's on top of the world. This is after he's facilitated the sex work of over 29 different women. This is after those text messages evading taxes for his business. He's made it onto the Forbes 30 under 30 list, obviously under his group Big Bang. But even outside of Big Bang's activities, he ends up opening up 2 new clubs, one in Seoul, another one in China. He also states that his ramen business is bringing in like $200,000 a month. Yeah.
Didn't you see the video that the Big Bang members were talking about him?
Yes. Yeah. I get into it.
Oh,
it's a
okay,
whole
okay.
thing. But yeah, I mean, he ends up opening up 2 clubs, one in Seoul, one in China. Again, like I said, this is not Burning Sun, but this is one of his business ventures. It's called...
So Mr. Mango Butt, or Mr. Rotten Mango, said the other members were talking about him. What were they saying about him? I'm curious. If you have a link to that video, please post it in the comments or post it on our Discord. I would like to see what they were saying about him. Was it good stuff? Was it bad stuff? I mean, was it after the scandal or before the scandal? I'd like to see. And it better not be good stuff, or else I'm ostracizing all Big Bang, including G-Dragon.
Monkey Museum, which will later be under investigation for suspicion of tax evasion. And he starts promoting his new business venture, a cancer diagnosis kit. He announces while Big Bang was on stage at a Q&A panel, Seungri announces that he basically will cure cancer. This is obviously a full-blown exaggeration on my part, but he is weird. He tells the audience that prior to this, the only way to diagnose someone with cancer is to have them go to an oncologist, a doctor. They'll have to run scans and x-rays. It's a lot. But he's going to develop a cancer diagnosis kit where you can just essentially take an at-home test to see if you have cancer using your urine.
Yeah, he's a scam artist too. I didn't know that. Wow. So he's an essayer. He's a horrible human being, and he's a scam addict, a scam artist. He's a scam artist too. This guy's a piece of rat's turd all around. He's a stupid animal all around. Oh, wow. He would say, oh, yeah, take a piss and ship it to us. Let's see if you have cancer. This guy's sniffing it. He's sniffing it. He's that freaky. He's probably sniffing it. Like, oh, yeah, that's a woman's urine. Yeah. I like the whiff of that. Hey, JJY, you want to sniff this too? He's a pervert. All of them are perverts. Not the group, but the people in the scandal.
Dragon tells him on stage to, as nicely as he can on stage, shut up.
Yeah.
Basically, stop talking.
What?
He tells him, don't talk about things unless you can confirm these things. Like, make sure you do testing before you start talking about it publicly.
Thank you,
He's
G-Dragon.
talking about something that he's looking to do or he's planning on launching.
Yes.
And G-Dragon was like, what are you talking about?
And why are you doing this right now at a Big Bang event? Why are you talking like this? What are you talking about? And also, this is such a sensitive topic. What are you even saying? You're not even someone in the medical field.
Yeah.
You're a random idol. Please stay in.
No, he's a piece of trash. He's garbage. Not just a random idol. He's garbage. And thank you, G-Dragon, for being the voice of reason.
your lane. That's literally what G-Dragon is saying. But Seungri keeps going and stating that clinical trials were already complete. He would have a prototype March 2017, which he does not. And this was actually not a scandal at all.
This never came out, right?
No.
Okay.
And it was not a scandal, even though it really should have been. 2018, the photographer that did the Lolita baby oil shirt, the photo shoot for Sulli and Hara, is investigated for sexually harassing a model. He is found guilty and sentenced to 8 months in prison. The girls worked with him 2 years prior and had no clue about any of these allegations, but they would still be dragged in the mud for working with a guy like this after the fact.
Yo, that was 2 years after that photo shoot, or after they worked with him. Are you guys serious? Now you guys are really, really pissing me off. Screw all of you. If he was a predator, you should be happy that he then go at Sulli and Hara. You should be thankful. You should be concerned for them. Dude, the guy you work with was a predator. Are you okay? Did he do anything to you guys? You guys should come out if he did anything to you guys. We're supporting you guys. But you, in turn, decide to blame them? Screw you. I blame your parents for not putting sense into your heads. Oh my goodness, man. This is way too much. It's over. It's enough. It's enough. Toxic fans are useless. They're pieces of shit. And I know you watching me are not toxic. If you are, change your ways. This is disgusting.
So he was charged.
Yes, 2 years after their photo shoot.
But people bring back the girls.
Yeah, and they're like, how dare you work with someone like this? Like, if you support people like this, you're obviously messed up. I can't believe you would ever reach out to him to do a photo shoot.
Oh my gosh.
You support the sexual harassment of other women? Yeah. Became a whole controversy all over again. In 2018, Goo Hara has a rumored self-exit attempt. One news headline reads, self-exit attempt rumors. Goo Hara reps say that she was getting treatment for a sleep disorder. The agency denies her self-exit attempt, and it's unclear if it was or was not, although later she will have other attempts. But regardless, the comments read, as if she would die and leave all of her investment buildings behind. Haha. Goo Hara seems way too greedy and self-centered to actually die. Oh yeah, she'd totally die and leave all that money behind, for sure. Do you guys know her net worth? Why would she leave any of that? Never worry for a celebrity, especially one that owns her own buildings.
I will never worry for you because you're toxic and stupid. Like, you never make good points anyway. Yeah, for sure, man. I'm so over this toxicity. The girls did not deserve that. But I have a question. What the F were their agencies doing? There was no PR thing against these fans. There was nothing to, talk to them about. You just have them deal with all the negativity and you're okay taking money when they go on tour and stuff like that. So you're happy that they're giving you money, that they're releasing songs, that they're entertaining, but you all can protect them from evil, stupid fans that always are negative towards them. No statements, nothing. Oh my goodness.
How to cure insomnia? Go do a hard labor job for a day and you'll sleep like a baby. She'll sleep just fine if she works hard labor for 2 days and eats cup ramen in place of meals. I notice that people who are bored with nothing to do and no physical work in their lives, they have sleep disorders. She hasn't been working at all these days, so why does she have a sleep disorder? Does she just stay up all night playing games?
Oh boy.
In 2018, Goo Hara goes on a variety show called My Beauty Diary, and she meets a hairstylist, a celebrity stylist by the name of CJ, Choi Chung-bum. He's known as the wannabe Yoo Ah-in, a South Korean actor that's very famous. CJ, the ex-boyfriend, has a pretty big reputation of being a pretty boy in Gangnam. Yeah. The two meet on a variety show and they start dating. Friends close to Hara would later say, things are just not going well. Even before the revenge video incident, they stated that when CJ would get drunk, his behavior would completely change. He was just this delusionally jealous boyfriend. Every time Hara would go out to work, he would accuse her of cheating on him, and he would start these exhausting, never-ending arguments. By the end of 2018, the situation with CJ will be made public, how he had threatened her with intimate videos of both of them, and the search Goo Hara sex video will start trending. By the end of the year, Goo Hara does a fan meet, and just compare this to JJY and Seungri's fan meets, where they end up sending inappropriate videos after the fan meet. Seungri, it was illegal filming versus actual assault, but JJY, he was charged with getting R-word after the fan meet. So just think about their fan meets. Goo Hara does a fan meet where she brings a letter that she wrote, and at the end of the fan meet, she gets up and she says, there were so many things that this year happened, from happy to sad, and I also thought at one point it would be the end, but then there were fans that encouraged me even in that situation. So I just want to express my sincere gratitude. I'm sorry for constantly making you guys worried, and thank you. There's still a lot more I want to do, and I'm going to keep going for all the fans that have been waiting. I'm going to be very active in Japan and Korea in the future. So thank you. And she starts tearing up. Meanwhile, Burning Sun officially opens in 2018, has been open and operating with a lot of success for most of the year. Throughout the year, women are going to the police to report suspicious activities and instances of having just one singular drink or a few sips of a drink straight from the bar, not having any recollection of the rest of the entire night. The police do nothing about it. By the end of 2018, Burning Sun starts unraveling. The situation with the guy that gets punched in the club gets released. Authorities start their investigation into the club, and at first, Seungri tries to play it off as a few employees who have gone rogue. They hit a club goer, he didn't know about this, but the deeper people start digging, a lot more starts coming out about just how shady this club actually is. It is at the end of 2018, the tech whistleblower will send 3 USB sticks to the attorney with all the evidence. 2019 is when everything starts falling apart. CJ is out using his opportunity to build a career out of the whole revenge video scandal. So this is Goo Hara's ex-boyfriend.
How are people not canceling him for, or even calling him out for what he did to Goo Hara?
Yeah, they are, but it's nowhere near as how they're calling out Goo Hara for the smallest things.
So you're saying that even though people realize he's like doing all of this behind the scenes, he still has supporters.
Yeah, so I was actually listening to a very fascinating lawyer who was describing the situation of law in Korea. And she said, if you are ever planning on moving to Korea as a woman, just know this, that in Korea, if a woman makes a few small mistakes and a man makes one big mistake, the man never actually made a mistake. Like, let's say you go to a bar. A woman makes a bunch of mistakes, quote, mistakes. She gets drunk. This is what she's wearing. Maybe she didn't, tell her friend. Maybe she shouldn't have been out. And then a man essays her. Well, because she made all these mistakes, that man's mistake, it's not a mistake, but you get it, doesn't count. He never made one. And then
That is horrible. But if you listen to a lot of cases from Korea, that makes a lot of sense because a lot of cases go that way. Women are blamed a lot for minute things. And when the guys do stuff to them or the guys do horrific things, oh no, it's just, nah, don't worry. Yeah, the woman deserved it anyway. Why did you do that? Then all these justifications from stupid people come out. Why did she do that? She deserves it. Why did she do this? She deserves it. All these stupid people from the woodworks start talking. And even though the guy does huge things like essay and stuff, that should have precedent over everything. They don't care. Not everybody in South Korea is like that. But there are people in South Korea like that. And I've never been to South Korea, but through the cases. And it's disgusting. It's sad. I hope and pray they change. I mean, those who are like that, change. Those who are not like that, kudos to you. You are excellent. You're good people. But those who are like that, the toxic fans, those who blame women for everything, shame on you. You're disgusting pieces of rat's turd.
There's another comparison that she said, which is if a man has multiple mistake after mistake after mistake, and a woman has one mistake, they're the same. They're equals. They have both made mistakes.
Yeah, I can see how this is literally this case.
Yeah. So CJ is out using this as an opportunity to build his career. He straight up opens up a new salon and promotes it in his apology letter on Instagram. And while he's out there doing that, Hara is involved in another scandal. I don't even, like, every time I say scandal or controversy, just know that this is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Again, she did nothing scandalous. She posted a picture onto Instagram and her angry commenters start freaking out, accusing her of getting work done because she looks so, quote, different. Her double eyelids look deeper. That's the accusation. Goo Hara responds to a netizen saying that she had a medical issue where, because of a muscle twitch, her eyelids would start drooping and it was really bothering her, so she had them retouched. I'm imagining that she had some extra skin clipped, which is something that a lot of people do, especially as you get older, because it gets heavier. It's not that big of a deal. Even if it was just purely cosmetic, it's not that big of a deal. And the comments keep coming. You lost your charm. Your previous face was prettier. I can't believe you would get plastic surgery. Ugh, you're so vain. After everything that's happened, you still just care about your looks.
That is crazy.
It's her literal
Literally,
career.
Yeah, this is K-pop. What are you talking about? Like,
Some say she's too ugly. Some say she looks old. And then she tries to get work done and it's not even cosmetic. They get upset. Oh, that's another thing. This is a complete side note, but it's so interesting that in the K-pop world, especially through K-netizens, they don't like it when idols get plastic surgery. But they don't like it when their idols don't look perfect. When one netizen commented, "Why are you doing plastic surgery?" I think Goo Hara just got fed up with everyone saying all these things, harassing her for getting a medical procedure. And even if it was solely for the purpose of feeling better in her own skin, even if it was purely cosmetics, so what? So she comments back to the netizen, "Is getting correctional medical surgery a sin?"
Right.
Which I personally don't find mean. It's a bit snappy, maybe, if you read it that way. But given the situation, the context, the other comments she's receiving, it's probably one of the nicest ways to respond.
It is not snappy. It is not bad. It is not evil. It is a perfect response. And in fact, she should have been meaner than that. They've put her through the ringer every time. Every time. Bashing her, bashing her, bashing her, bashing her. And then she does this and it's harsh. She does this and it's harsh. You've got to be kidding me.
Another comment from a netizen reads, "You looked prettier before you had the surgery." Hara responds, "Thank you for thinking that way." Which honestly, again, not rude at all. I would argue the comment left by the netizen is actually rude. Goo Hara, again, said the nicest thing that could be said to that. The internet does not agree. They rip her apart for being, quote, rude to fans. Goo Hara had to delete her comments and formally apologize.
Those were not fans. Those are people that were bashing her every day. Those were not fans. Screw those people. Screw all of them. Screw those people that were bashing her every time. What? Her eyelids also offended you? Her eyelids offended you. And now she has to apologize for saying, "Is that a sin? Is that a sin? Even if I had work done, is that a sin? That offended you so much. You guys called her names. You called her a whore and stuff like that. Things you should be calling your mamas for not taking good care of you. You called her that. She said nothing. And she only asked if it was a sin and she had to apologize. And stupid tabloids started saying she is mean to fans.
Which is just unhinged. Like
Unfucking
after everything we
believable,
already know
man.
that she's been through with her ex-boyfriend and her all of this is really what we're doing right now. And I get it. Some people might say, "Oh, I hate when celebrities create unrealistic beauty standards by denying that they've had surgeries. It sends the wrong message to young girls who think that they'll just be born looking like that." That cannot even be applied to this case. Hara has openly admitted to having work done in the past. In the beginning of her career, she stated that she gets filler injections on her nose, she had braces to fix her teeth, and she had a double eyelid redefined in the beginning of her career. Which, side note, I would really hardly call that getting work done, but still, people are just mad at her.
She had work done. It's her body. Like, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? I mean, you might as well stop following and supporting her than bullying her to oblivion. Everything she does. Everything she does. What are you following and supporting her for? She pushes back a little bit and, oh, she's She's mean to fans. She's mean to us. Screw you. Yeah, screw you. She shouldn't have been dead. It should be some of y'all who are bullying her. Pieces of rat stirred, pieces of shit.
She later posts another Instagram picture with a lengthy caption, basically trying to get everyone to understand where she's coming from. She wasn't trying to be rude to a fan. She writes, "Ever since I debuted at a young age, I've suffered from a lot of malicious comments and psychological pain. Of course, there was a reason I got eye surgery at that young age. One of the reasons why was because I no longer wanted to be hurt by the uncomfortable feeling in my right eye from my muscle twitch. I feel it's better for me to be confident about the things that I want to be confident in. I never once thought I should take action against these malicious commenters. I'm always someone who just lives each day the best as I can. So I hope you can look upon me nicely, no matter what I look like now. I promise I'll continue to work hard to become a better person who takes responsibility for her words." A month later, Goo Hara attempts self-exit. Hara posts onto her Instagram, "I'm tired of pretending that I'm happy and everything is okay. I don't want to cause concern and be a burden amongst other people." 5 days later, she posts another cryptic Instagram picture with just one word: "Goodbye." After seeing this, Hara's manager starts freaking out, tries to call her, but call after call.
Yeah, you're an idiot. It's too late. You were not there. You should have been posting stuff in support of her. You should have been pushing back for her. Now you see goodbye, you're shaking. You're now shaking. Look, if people are being bullied online and you meet them and it's like, oh, it's okay, oh, don't listen to them, it doesn't solve anything, because the bullies and trolls and stupid people never cease. They still come. What you have to do is stand with them and push back. Push back. Because at the end of the day, they're not supporting you anyway. All they're doing is lashing at you. Screw them and push back. And if they tell you you're being rude to fans, you're not being rude to your fans. You're being rude to idiots. You're being rude to dickheads. Now she posts goodbye and you're all jittery now. You're oh my goodness. Oh, she's going to do something to herself. Oh, it's late. Oh my goodness, man.
Just keeps going to voicemail. They panic, rush to her apartment where they find her unconscious. She is rushed to the hospital and thankfully they are able to save her. This is her first verified public self-exit attempt, but later her brother will admit that she's tried a few times prior. She takes to Instagram to address the whole situation. Her first statement is basically a formal apology. She writes, "I'm sorry for causing concern and causing a big scene.
Nah.
In terms of health, I am recovering. I have been in agony for a number of overlapping issues, but from now on, I will harden my heart and try to show up healthy. I will overcome it and show you the best Hara possible."
You see, I like this person's comment. Why are you sorry, sister? We are sorry. If it's hard to overcome because we can't, it's okay. This is a true fan right here. This is somebody who is a fan. If she's mean to somebody like this, you can say she's mean to a fan. Whatever any hater says should have a pushback, and that person is not a fan. That person is rat's freaking turd in a cat litter. That person is stupid. This is a fan. This good message is a fan. You see? And their producers, after seeing this, what should you do? Have a press conference or something. Push back. All of you stupid people who always come with bullying tactics and stuff like that. Enough of that. Enough. We've had enough of you. We're going to block you guys. Like something like that. Push back. They're not going to mess with you anymore. Stupid. God bless all those who stood behind her before she exited, who stood behind Sulli. You are good people. All those who are real fans who support them the right way. You're good people. Anybody who bullies them, you're stupid.
Try to show up healthy. I will overcome it and show you the best Hara possible. A little while later, her second post addresses the hate comments she's still getting. She writes, "I will take action against malicious comments in the future. There's no excuse for malicious comments. For my mental health's sake, I want to become a person that you can look at with pretty eyes."
This is what her producer and her manager should have been doing. Not her. She is going through a lot. Oh my goodness. Oh my. Oh wow. Oh, all right.
So she's basically saying, you don't like me? Like, I want to be someone you can like for the own sake of my mental health so you won't bully me anymore. Like, she's basically saying, I want to be that person too, okay? And say things with pretty words and a pretty heart, but depression is not easy. People say, I'm too comfortable and that's why I'm depressed. My life is all thanks to the hard work that I've put in. Don't you know that you too might be depressed and sick too if you're leaving these types of comments? Where are the pretty people that wear the pretty hearts that find broken hearts together and wrap their loving arms around them together? I'm gonna work hard and I'm gonna overcome it and become positive and show you a better side of me. You should try that too. She's talking to the haters. Celebrities aren't people just making a living off publicity. They have to be more careful about their personal lives than anybody else. And more than anybody else, they have a pain that they can't talk to others about. Even if they do, most people don't understand it. You're free to speak your mind and you can think about who you are, but you should think about who you are, what kind of person you are, before you spread that kind of hatred. Personally, I think it's really beautifully worded. I think it's a nice message for the people who have been cyberbullying her for a few months, if not years. A lot of comments agree. They write, you're right. Society needs to start getting rid of kids who leave hate comments that are too harsh to even put into words. Don't go easy on the hate commenters. So in Korea, you can actually take legal action against malicious comments. But others read, leaving hate comments is bad.
You could take action in Korea against malicious comments. Why wait this long? And I'm not talking about Goo Hara or Sulli. I'm talking about the management. Why are the management waiting so long? Why not take action? Why not make an example of some stupid scapegoat? Make scapegoats of those useless idiots. Please. Why wait? Why sit? Why sit till the inevitable happen? Why? I do not understand. If Korean laws could make you punish useless comments like that and pieces of shit who have nothing doing but insult them and bully them, why not take action? What the hell? What the hell?
But it's not like you're any better. What I earned through working hard? Is she implying that we commoners don't try hard enough to obtain the same kind of wealth? She's so out of touch. She can just stay off social media. It's not like she really expects to hear only praise every day. Geez, is that what she wants? Others commented that she's going to look back at her self-exit attempt in a few years and cringe. They accuse Goo Hara of being an attention whore and state that true attention whores never actually die because they're already satisfied with the attention that they get from it.
No, true attention whores are when you look in the mirror, your reflection staring back at you. Yeah, you are the attention whore. And aside attention, you are a whore, period. You're stupid. Whoever left that comment, you're a whore, you're stupid, and you're an attention whore. You're everything bad with society. You should have, man, I don't want to go deep, man. Bro, you're a piece of shit.
Almost immediately after that, during the first trial against her ex-boyfriend that took the videos and photos of her, he was given an 18-month suspended sentence.
Good. Clap for South Korea. Clap for the society that always is in favor of perpetrators. Clap for them. 18 months suspended sentence. That is amazing. That is amazing. Yeah, they gave that to this piece of shit. Yeah. Yeah. And you're telling me that they care about you? They care about you being bullied and stuff like that? It isn't just some netizens that care for if a woman makes mistake. The justice system also care if perpetrators make mistake. And if you're a victim, you're screwed. They don't care about you. 8 months suspended sentence. That is an insult.
That means
he's out.
Yes, so he's given 18 months, but as long as he does not commit a crime in the next 3 years while he's free, he doesn't need to serve the 18 months. Basically, he doesn't have to go to jail. The judge in the case stated, CJ did hurt Goo Hara in the process of their breakup, and he also threatened to end her life as a celebrity by sharing their sex video. However, we understand he did not plan on committing these crimes. The sex video was not recorded against Goo Hara's will. The video was never actually leaked or shared with the public.
Yeah, that is when you employ a stupid person to become a judge. I think that judge should be investigated. He or she probably has some few things in their closet that needs to come out. They're probably sinister. They probably have done something in the past. They are very stupid. And that was so stupid. Yeah. He did that, but he didn't plan on it. So it's not a sin. It's not a crime. You know, you have to plan for it to be a crime. Yeah, you have to plan for it to be a crime. Like that stupid judge. If something happens to him or her or their family and the person didn't plan it, it's not really a crime. They can have suspended sentences, you know. They should have been able to plan it, you know. So it would have gone smoother, you know what I mean? Yeah, what a stupid judge. A waste of oxygen.
They're basically saying he didn't plan to do it. He threatened her, but then he didn't actually do it. So,
Wow.
Thus, the court concludes to give Choi Jong-bum a suspended sentence with a probation period. So you're telling me it's okay to blackmail someone as long as you don't actually go through with it? So is it okay to in-depth fully plan to harm, I don't know, let's say a judge, but then as long as you get caught before you go through with harming them physically, it should be fine. The judge should be okay with it. Like a threat against his own life, it's just a threat. I didn't actually do anything.
What a stupid judge.
The court continues. While Choi did not get Goo's full consent to the video, so like they're going back on their word, did not get her full consent to the video to record the sexual activity. Those two were in fact involved in a romantic relationship at the time of the recording, and Goo did not specifically stop Choi from recording either. This is giving, oh, you can't essay your wife because you guys are married. That's what it's giving.
Yeah, I think that's what they believed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 2019 is a very rough year for Goo Hara. After her self-exit attempt, after the depressing verdict from the court, she takes the first step to reach out to reporter Kang to tell her, I heard you've been writing about Burning Sun. I was friends with them. I think I can help you. In 2019, Sulli, so this is Sulli, not Goo Hara, posts a picture of flowers on her Instagram. The caption reads, abolition of laws punishing abortion. Today is an honorable day. Freedom to choose for all women. Some comments, and this is 2019, so it's pretty recent. Comments read, abolition of anti-abortion laws isn't a matter that should solely be celebrated, but she's so happy about it. Sulli, stop acting like you're woke. Everyone can tell by your actions that you're just stupid. Sulli pretends to be aware of things thanks to the backing of social media, but we all know that her brain is empty. Sulli's gone crazy posting I wonder what her parents are like. 2019 is not a good year for Seungri either, JJY and Choi of FT Island. JJY is arrested and reporters hound him at the airport. There's a female reporter that approaches him and is like, is everything you said in the messages true? Because the Kakao messages get leaked at this point. And he just responds, sorry. And all the reporters, it turns into a mosh pit at the airport. The reporters keep asking, is it true that you secretly filmed women? And he's just holding on to this one bodyguard for dear life. After the airport incident, he publicly announces that he will be quitting the entertainment industry, which is a lie because he's coming back. And he states that he has indeed committed crimes. He writes, I admit to all my crimes. I filmed women without their consent and shared it in social media chat rooms without any guilt. More than anything, I would like to apologize to the women who appeared in those videos and who have learned of this hideous truth as the incidents come to light. He is promptly arrested and he will be sentenced to 5 years in prison. Choi is quickly arrested as well. And by mid-2019, things kind of start looking better for the girls. Maybe the tides are shifting. Goo Hara signs with a new Japanese agency. She releases her first single as a soloist. Goo Hara's own brother says, obviously, things don't just magically disappear. Her depression is still there, but it appeared that she was feeling more stable. He says, she looked better than I thought she would. She was even encouraging her brother and her sister-in-law to go visit a doctor. She was helping pay for their doctor's visits so that they could try and have a baby. And she just was really excited to be an aunt. It seemed like she was entering this new phase in her life. Same with Sulli. Sulli does an interview addressing the hate comments. She literally goes on a show called Night of the Hate Comments, where the hosts bring on celebrity guests and read comments with them to talk about it and address them to a degree. It's kind of like Jimmy Kimmel, the celebrities reading mean tweets, but a bit more discourse. The celebrities will usually talk to the host about how the comment makes them feel, if there's any validity to them, if they're true, if they're not, why it started. In one mean comment, they talk about Sulli being an attention seeker. To which she responds, I think it's a valid comment because aren't we all attention seekers at the end of the day? Like, don't we all kind of want attention and love? So it's like, I feel like she's very in tune with emotions and people.
I feel like they are being more authentic
Yes.
on social media. They show a little bit more commonly shown as the K-pop idol image, and they get bullied for that.
Meanwhile, these three guys have the perfect image and they're committing some of the most heinous crimes in the K-pop world behind the scenes. It's like out of this world. I mean, all these girls want to do is post some creative photos and just be artsy. They're just very creative. The host asks her, is that why you continue to post no bra pictures, even though you know that you're going to get some crazy reactions and cause a...
What a stupid question by the stupid host. That is the question you ask? That is the best question the host asked. Why do you post no bra photos? Oh my goodness. Common sense and brains evidently were not given to everybody. Oh, wow. Just for some clicks and ratings.
big controversy. So these are talking about how she posts pictures without bras on. And she said, when I first posted pictures of me without a bra, there were so many different reactions. And I do think that, yeah, I could have gotten scared and just hid and never posted those things again, but I didn't. I kept posting because I wanted people to realize it's not that big of a deal. I just wanted the prejudices to disappear. She said how at one fan meet, a fan came up to her and whispered, "Onni, I'm not wearing a bra today." And Sulli gave her the thumbs up because I want to break that mold on society and show that no bra is no big deal. I think it's about freedom of the individual. Bras aren't even good for your health. They have a wire. They're not good for digestion. I have digestive issues. So it's just much more comfortable for me not to wear them. And I think it's very free and honestly beautiful. To me, bras are like accessories. Some clothing, it looks better with a bra. Some clothing, it doesn't look as good with a bra, so I don't wear one. She's handling it with so much grace, honestly. And
Perfect response. I mean, it was a stupid question. It was controversial. I think they thought they were it was gonna be like a gotcha moment. Yeah, why don't you wear a bra? And she executed it perfectly. Now let's see what the haters say, because I have a feeling some people without brains are gonna respond to it.
I think she's trying to be, again, as transparent as possible. She even says, when I would meet people in the past, even before I said hello, I felt the need to explain, wait, whatever you read about me, please forget it. That's not who I am. Those rumors aren't true. She said meeting people was so stressful. At one point, the situation got so bad, she started fearing for her safety, that all that hate was going to manifest in real life, meaning if all these people hate her online, what are the odds that she's going to run into one of them in person?
Oh.
She was very scared. She starts getting massively paranoid. She would take alleyways when she goes out, avoiding public spaces. She always felt like cameras were following her around. The hosts agree that Sulli is like the nuclear bomb of hate comments. She gets so much hate for no reason at all. They ask her, what makes you happy? Like, what do you do to stay happy through all these comments? To which she responds, my life is actually pretty empty, so I feel like I'm lying to everyone by pretending to be happy on the outside. There was really never truly a time where I was really happy. Another host said their heart ached for Sulli because how much suffering does one have to go through to say that you've never truly been happy? When she was asked about how she wanted the world to see her, she said, I think I just wish people would look at me and think, oh, I guess there's someone like that exists. And just accept the difference, that not everybody is identical. They don't have to like me, but just people like that exist as well. But of course, that is not what netizens decide to focus on. Instead, they won't stop talking about her September 28th, 2019 live stream. She goes on a live stream while doing her hair and makeup, and honestly, in the video, she looks kind of depressed. She looks somber. Nobody cares about that. Nobody cares to check in on her or see if she's okay. She's wearing one of those thin robes that you tie around your waist, and as she's doing her hair near the end, because of the way that her arms are moving and the camera angle, her breast is exposed by accident. Comments start flooding. Why are you never wearing a bra? Even when you're hanging out with your male friends, what's the reason? How are you so confident without wearing a bra? Again, that comment could be interpreted as nice, but it's not, because prior to all of this, throughout her scandals of not wearing a bra, a lot of people mocked her, saying that someone with breasts like hers shouldn't even be confident enough to be outside without a bra. Sulli responds to those comments, "I don't get what's wrong. This is my personal freedom." October 14th, 2019, Sulli's manager has been trying to get in contact with her since the night before, but she's not picking up. She missed her scheduled press events that day, and the manager starts looking for her and finds her in her home. After her death, an entry from Sulli's diary was made public, and it reads, "I haven't written in this diary for a really long time. Today I dreamed that my teeth fell out. I didn't feel very happy about that. I went to the recording and saw a video of myself, and I look really dirty and ugly. I feel embarrassed thinking people are going to be pointing at me and evaluating me. Why can't I be more confident? If I think about it, I feel like I'm still influenced by the hurt that remains in my heart from a long time ago, despite not being able to remember very well. I've never received infinite love. Dad left me even though I didn't do anything wrong. I felt like mom might leave me too if I misbehave, so I forgot about myself and I followed her opinions and her wishes." Side note, Sulli does have a very complicated relationship with her mom. Friends say that Sulli was obsessed with her mom, so obsessed, loved her, followed her around like best friends. And Sulli started in the industry as a child star. Her mom is the one that managed all of her finances. Even later when she debuts and becomes of age, she lets her mom handle it all. It's not until later she decides, hey, maybe I should try investing or something by myself. And her mom tells her there's nothing. Nothing at all. All those years, the traumatic years of working in the industry as a child, her mom blew through all of her money.
What?
Not only that, her mom has been receiving advance payments for all of Sulli's work from SM Entertainment. Not only is her mom spending all of Sulli's money, but she's spending all of her future money. Allegedly, their relationship was never the same after that.
Exactly.
In her diary, Sulli does speak very highly of Cheja, though, her ex-boyfriend, the rapper that was 14 years older than her. And the relationship made a lot of people turn on her at the time, which I have very complicated feelings about massive age gap relationships, especially when the person that's younger is so close to the legal age limit. But a lot of people turned it on her, which is weird. I just didn't expect that. Usually it's on the older person because they bear more responsibility. They're the one with the power imbalance, right? But I think with this situation, it's kind of hard to really hate him because just the way she speaks about him. She writes in her diary, "Today I went to the nail salon with Cheja." She uses his real name, Oppa. "I'm happy because I feel like we found something else we can do together. I just don't need anything or anyone else. No matter what happens later or what people say, I'm really happy right now. I'm so happy that I don't want to miss any of the emotions that I'm feeling. I want to remember all of them, and I want to feel even the smallest things. He really is such a precious person to me. I cherish everything about him. How can someone be so pure and kind and not calculative and smart and wise and trustworthy and warm? I mean, it's impossible not to love him. He really is precious. He'll probably be the most precious person to me for the rest of my life. I'm happy, and I'm so blessed to have met him. I think this is happiness." Sulli was later interviewed about her opinions on the Korean entertainment industry as a whole, and she stated that idols should be treated like employees. They should have rights like other employees, and they should have a union for idols to keep them safe. She said, "From my perspective, people just don't see celebrities as humans. When I first entered the industry, and something people wouldn't stop telling me is, you are a product, and you must be the best product with the best quality for the public." She said, "Even the ones who don't tell you straight up that you're a product, they still treated me like one. I have to be..."
Yeah, and definitely with everything that has been boiling up to this point, you could tell that they really treat idols and celebrities like products. Absolutely. Like, you take it, rip the packaging off of it and do whatever you want with it. That is how they treat the celebrities. And I agree with Sulli. If for nothing at all, if you're not going to give us respect or anything, treat us as employees. Employees have rights. Let us have rights. Let us unionize. Let us have a say. Let us not be disrespected. And man, this whole thing is sad. I'm quiet. I'm taking it all in, and I'm hurting for the fact that this is what they had to go through when they did not have to go through this at all. It is so uncalled for what they went through. It makes my heart ache, man.
Something that they want. I have to fear losing my product quality. She said she was so overcome with exhaustion and pressure, she said she just started blaming herself. She states, the only thing I could control was when I caused myself pain. So I blamed myself and I put myself down, and I think that was the only control I had. That's why it was so difficult. I never thought that the system was wrong. There's a movie, The Matrix, where they say, would you rather take the red pill and learn the truth and live a difficult life, or just live without knowing? I often think that had I lived without knowing, I would be living such a happy life. And a lot of new information starts coming to light after Sulli's death. Sulli once filed a criminal complaint against someone that just kept writing malicious, hateful comments about her nonstop. The police tracked the commenter down, found out that she was an attendee, she was a student at a prestigious university, and was the same age as Sulli.
What?
Sulli, from the goodness of her heart, dropped the charges. Because she said if she continued, she would graduate and she would have a really hard time finding a job.
Yes,
Later,
that's
the university
bro.
student wrote a very long letter to Sulli apologizing, stating she was very sorry that she commented, and she didn't think it was such a big deal at the time because Sulli probably wouldn't even see it. She was just stressed at the world and her own life, and she took it out on Sulli.
There it is.
Sulli's whole message was,
Hold up. There it is. That is what I said. I said a lot of you haters are not happy with yourselves and are projecting your insecurities onto these celebrities. You are living vicariously through them. So whatever you hate about yourself is what you're projecting. That is what she said. That is what I said. And come to see that this lady said that. So her outlet to show her anger was to diss Sulli. Thinking, oh, she's not going to see it. Let me diss her and then feel good about myself or feel better about myself. Little did you know that they see it and they're getting depressed about it. So if you're one that needs to have an outlet for the hatred you have on yourself, your self-hate, your anger and stuff like that, don't put it on another person, let alone a celebrity, a coworker or something like that. No, deal with it. Talk to somebody about it. Work through it together. Because the more you let people have it by projecting your insecurities and hatred towards them, they get depressed. I said something in the beginning of the video. Hurt people hurt people. People that are hurt are those that hurt people. Man, find a way to deal with your issues and stop. Now they are unalived. Because you projected your insecurities to them. And guess what? Your insecurities and your self-hate is still there. It never went away. It never went anywhere. They unalive themselves, but it's still there. What, you're going to send it to another innocent person? You got to deal with it by seeking help. Go to counseling, therapy.
you don't have to do what she does. You don't even have to like what she does. But she said, I just wish we could all treat people with more kindness when talking to others. Everyone wants to be treated kindly, to the point where even victims are told to be kind and nice. People always want others to speak with more kindness to themselves. And speaking of college, university, Sulli had a few bucket list items. Remember scuba diving? Mm-hmm. She had aquaphobia from a bullying incident. So she went scuba diving. And another huge bucket list item was going to university. In an interview, she said, of the 24 years I've lived, the thing I regret most is not having attended college. I've always wanted to go, but I couldn't. I'll definitely go even if it's later on in life. Sulli was in college. And I think that says a lot about Sulli, but her classmates really liked her and they respected her a lot. They admired that she just wanted to be there to learn, so everybody kept it a secret. News never leaked that she was in attendance at that college. Nobody knew which classes she was taking. Classmates agreed to respect her privacy and space. They never took pictures. They didn't ask for autographs. They never told their friends that Sulli was in their classes. In fact, other than people in her specific class, nobody even knew that she was on campus.
Man, shout out to those wonderful people. If we had human beings like that in this world, the world would be a better place. It makes me think, after the Kendrick Lamar and Drake beef, video started circulating of Kendrick Lamar in, I think, UCLA taking classes. And I was like, whoa, this accomplished rapper in a university taking classes? None of that leaked until he finished taking his classes. I don't know if he's done taking classes or if he's still there, but I was like, whoa, I didn't know that. It's never too late for anything. Sulli just wanted to be a better person. Her classmate said she was nice. So you not knowing her and bullying her is very shameful. Extremely shameful. Thank you again to the classmates that protected her privacy. That is amazing to hear.
Yeah. All the classmates tried their best to treat Sulli as just another college girl because that's what she wanted. One of her classmates wrote after her death, "Dear Sulli, the campus is starting to be colored with autumn foliage now. I wish you were here to see it. I hope you at least took with you the memories you made on our campus last semester. It is more than enough to us if you found any happiness at our school. Wherever you are, love and be loved to your heart's desire. We love you, Sulli. Please be happy." October 15th, 2019, the day after Sulli's death, Goo Hara starts an Instagram live stream where she seems emotionally unstable and incredibly distraught. She starts crying. "Sulli, I'm so sorry. Onni is in Japan right now and I can't go back. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that I can only say goodbye to you in this way. I'm really sorry. In the place that you're going in that world, do whatever you want to do and be happy. And Onni will keep working and live. And everyone, I'm okay. Sulli and I were like really close sisters and I just wanted to say goodbye to Sulli. And so I opened up a live and I'm sorry. Please, I'm sorry. Please just don't worry about me. I'm sorry, Sulli. Goodbye."
묶어서 미안해. 이렇게밖에 인사할 수밖에 없는 게 너무 미안해. 하고 싶은 대로 잘 지내.
A lot of people rallied to Goo Hara's side and tried to comfort her, but there were still a small group of people that left some crazy comments like, "Wow, you're really trying to use your friend's death to gain popularity." I mean, the whole live stream, her eyes are so swollen. Even when she's talking, it's so clear. It seems like she just didn't have someone to talk to. She's rubbing her hands together, trying to self-soothe. She's comforting herself. They accuse her of trying to use her friend's death to gain sympathy. Reporter Kang, the one that Goo Hara had reached out to earlier to help with Burning Sun, she reaches out to Goo Hara. "Hara, you're such a brave woman and you're very admirable. I want you to be happy." Hara texts her back, "Hello, I'm okay. Yes, I will stay strong and work hard." Goo Hara will have one last live stream. She's in a hotel room and taking from context, it must be really late at night. Late enough that some people are either waking up at that hour, but Goo Hara explains she just kept waking up. Beginning of the live stream, she's responding to comments and she's speaking Japanese, Korean, and English, which is honestly crazy. But
Impressive.
there's a few alarming things from the live stream. And it's likely hindsight, but it seems that her eyes are glazed over. Not like she's doing drugs, but just she doesn't seem fully present. And of course, it could be the fact that she just woke up from sleep. I don't know. And there's again a really heartbreaking part of the live stream. And this could be hindsight again. Towards the end of the live, she gets up and she starts dancing to the music. And I'm sure it's hindsight. But a lot of netizens have pointed out there is almost this like innocence to the way she's dancing. It almost feels like a little girl in her bedroom pretending she's an idol, pretending like she's on stage practicing her dance moves. Early in October, Goo Hara does fly to attend Sulli's memorial service, but immediately has to go back to Japan for her work. Then November 22nd, 2019, she comes back home to South Korea. She posts a picture of herself laying in bed with the caption, "Good night." It would later come out that on her private Instagram, she posted a black screen with just the words, "I'm scared." November 24th, 2019, Goo Hara's brother, who didn't see any of these posts, would get a call from Goo Hara's housekeeper. She's crying, said that she came to the apartment and Goo Hara had self-exited. He starts screaming, get her down, but the housekeeper cries to him, "The police have arrived, but they won't let me take her down. They say that they're investigating," indicating she is already likely long past. Goo Hara was found dead in her home, November 24th, 2019. The same Goo Hara that nobody knew had been such a pivotal part in the Burning Sun investigation. I mean, even after everything that she went through and her first verified public self-exit attempt, she still wanted to help. She wanted to help expose Burning Sun. She wanted to help find the corrupt police official. She even helped animals. She spent a lot of her time volunteering with animals. She would spend time at shelters just scooping away at piles of poop. She's not even doing like the pretty, I volunteered at a shelter work. She's out there doing it all. The shelter owners remember Hara constantly asking them, how can I help? How can I help? Just tell me how I can help. She just wanted to help. And basically, everybody failed her. Nobody helped her. Even the judge that was presiding over CJ's case, remember Goo Hara's ex-boyfriend's trial, right? The one with the blackmail. There was this whole trial in 2019 while she was alive, and the judge presiding over the case, he starts doing some really questionable things. He tells the court that in order to come to an informed decision on the case, the videos need to be viewed in court. The videos of Goo Hara.
You've got to be kidding me, man. The videos of taking of Goo Hara getting intimate with that piece of shit guy has to be viewed in court. The judge is a pervert. I think that's what I said. There's skeletons in his closet or her closet, whoever that stupid judge is. He has to be investigated. He has to be investigated. She or he, the judge has to be investigated. I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you.
That in an intimate position.
What?
To make
Why?
sure that she did not consent to the videos being taken. Basically stating
That's
he needs to
crazy.
see for himself. But that would require playing the video in the courtroom. Goo Hara's attorney firmly rejected, saying no matter how private the courtroom may be, it is unacceptable for the video to be replayed in public. That would be the second offense to Goo Hara.
That is crazy that they're suggesting that.
The judge changed his mind and stated, you know what, I agree, which is why I want to watch the video alone in my chambers. Side note.
The judge is a stupid pervert, man. That guy's a stupid pervert. He's a stupid pervert. Now, granted, if she consented to the video being taken or not, that is not the issue. The issue is revenge porn. The guy is leaking something that is supposed to be private. That is the thing, and she's blackmailing her with it. The guy sends her that to blackmail her, whether she consented to it or not. The blackmail and the revenge porn is the issue. You want to go watch it in your chambers. You sick pervert. How, man? How is this even possible?
Everyone in the legal community backed up the judge. You would think if he's demanding such a thing, maybe it is the only way, legally speaking, according to the code of the law that I'm not familiar with. Maybe he has a reason, because why would he do something so unhinged? A judge should know what he's doing is right? And making sure all of the parameters are ethical. A lot of people in the legal community spoke out against the judge, stating that even if he doesn't see the video, he should have no trouble determining CJ's sentence. Does it matter if she consented to the video or not? He threatened to destroy her life with it.
Exactly.
That's what I
Despite all
said.
objections, the judge viewed the video alone in his chambers, and after the judge watched it, Goo Hara had to privately testify to the judge alone in his chambers for 2 hours. Judge or not, just think about that. I mean, this is a man. This is a male judge. Just think about, again, the re-traumatization that likely Goo Hara faced. I don't even know if it's something that could be measured. She did everything she could to make sure nobody would see that video. She got down on her knees. And ultimately, the justice system allowed another man, another guy, to watch the video without her explicit consent. Reporter Kang would later say about the CCTV footage of Hara on her knees begging her ex-boyfriend not to release the videos. She said seeing such a massive K-pop star kneeling before a man and begging him not to expose her to the press, it made my heart break. She was so desperate, and as a woman, I understood how she felt. And all for what? After watching the video, after listening to her testimony in private for 2 hours, the judge stated, the content in CJ's possession cannot be said to have been taken against her will, even though she did not expressly consent to them.
The whole world, man. You are one of the most stupidest judges I've ever seen. I don't know how you got to that position. You're a pervert. You're a stupid judge. You are extremely stupid judge. I thank God. Like, oh my goodness, you have to lose your job. You have to lose your job. You're a very stupid judge. From the bottom of my heart, you're stupid. You're stupid. Very, very stupid.
She didn't expressly consent to them. She didn't consent to them. What do you, there is no maybe. It's a yes or no. Consent is not like a maybe it's a yes, maybe it's a no. It's a yes or no. But the court argued that Hara knew about these videos and photos before the blackmailing incident. When she found out that he had taken them without her knowing, she didn't immediately delete them. So technically, she consented after the fact, is how they phrase it. That's what the court is arguing, which I think is a really good argument if you just had a lobotomy. Because what are you even saying right now? That doesn't even make sense. Goo Hara was on her knees begging so that nobody would see it, and he still watched it. After this incident, people started making memes of the Burning Sun guys holding up finger hearts with words that read, "Judges, we love you all." Which, side note, this is a massive side note and rumor, heavy emphasis on the word rumor. These aren't even really allegations. I would literally call them rumors, just whispers on the internet by unverified sources and netizens. But there is a rumor that the prosecutors in South Korea and probably in America and anywhere else have a large digital collection of unreleased celebrity intimate videos.
What?
Which makes sense because a lot of the times they would have to be taken into evidence if someone is accused of filming someone without their consent. But the massive rumor, not truth, but rumor, is that the prosecutors will sometimes show a new prosecutor the collection as part of some sick welcome ceremony.
What?
What the heck?
Again, this is just a netizen rumor. There is no proof of this, but the whole situation with the judge kind of dug up this rumor all over again, if only momentarily. But the judge is not the only one not protecting Goo Hara. Another notable individual was a professor named Chu Chul-hwan. He had brought up Goo Hara's passing in one of his lectures, and he claimed to his class that Goo Hara died because she didn't have a strong enough mentality to withstand malicious comments. He said, you end up like her if you don't have a strong mind. Why do you think people curse at others and hate comment them? It's all an inferiority complex. Why would you make such an extreme choice because of them? You don't need to do that. You need to have a strong mentality. He also stated if Goo Hara had come to him for advice, she would not have self-exited. He said if Goo Hara met me, she would have never died. I would have changed her. She was
Wait, who is this?
a professor at a university.
Why is he commenting on this?
Nobody knows. Why is he even talking? Nobody knows.
He's an attention-seeking whore. He's an idiot. Now, if Goo Hara had met him, with how narcissistic and stupid he is, I think things would have been way worse for Goo Hara. I don't believe that professor one bit. I think he's an attention-seeking whore. Using somebody who passed for clout like that as a lecture, so that everybody goes home and talks about it and, is this what our professor said? Oh, who's that professor? Oh, this professor. For clout, you are a stupid, you are a dent to society. You are a dent to society. And I'm so sad that people have to sit through your stupid lectures, your cat litter of lectures, to listen to this trash you're spewing. Shame on you. And shame on everything you stand for. You're a piece of rat's turd.
But this was shared.
All the students were so pissed. They shared it online.
Yes. Yes.
She would have never died. I would have changed her. She was too weak and she just cared too much about what others think about her.
Yeah, you couldn't even change yourself from being not narcissistic. You couldn't even change yourself from being so narcissistic and stupid. You don't have a brain. You couldn't change that. You definitely and sure as hell cannot change Goo Hara. Go change your family. That's what you need to change. And your stupid mentality. You stupid piece of rat's turd.
I'm sorry, read the room. The last thing she needs, or any of these female idols need, is another obnoxious, thinks he's better than anyone, smarter than anyone, man to be involved in their lives. What's crazy is he received maybe 1%, not even 1% of the hate that Goo Hara received on a daily basis, but he received it for good reason after this became public, for saying these did insane things about her, and he would apologize, and he seemed overwhelmed by the hate.
Yeah, he's the idiot.
So you should just have a stronger mentality and stop caring about what people think about you. He also defended the ex-boyfriend, CJ, saying that he made one mistake.
No.
Yep. Yeah. He continues,
Wow.
what if student A made a mistake in high school and filmed a slightly erotic video
Oh
and
my
we all
God.
saw it? Why should anybody die? If it were me, I would have said, so what? So what if others see it? What's wrong with my body? You need to have a strong mentality like that. Why should you choose to die just because someone saw your embarrassing side? What good is that to anybody?
Is he fired or no?
I don't think so. He would later try to excuse the whole lecture by saying that he was trying to teach freshmen how to self-love. I just feel like every man in this story is like a caricature of a villain. I don't even know, like, why are they doing this? Why are they doing this? It's not most cases. Like, this case is just particularly every single man that has come up in this case. I'm like, please just shut up, because what are you doing? Maybe there's been a few redeeming men in this whole story. And that's it. Like, what they're doing, it's so bad. Why would he even talk about her? The judge, the professor, these are all people in power with influence and experience that could have protected Goo Hara and teach future generations about the law and how it's unacceptable to do what CJ did. But instead, they excused him. People remember how hard Hara trained to be an idol. She was balancing idol training, school. She did this when she was 14. She said once, I went to classes even when I was sick and I had nosebleeds. If I didn't practice, I would start getting anxious. In the beginning, it was really hard to adjust. People told me to quit, but I got anxious thinking about, what if I spend the rest of my life not becoming what I want to do? So I worked hard. I fainted a few times from exhaustion, but I couldn't let that stop me. At the time, a lot of Hara's bullies online would say that she doesn't care, she has no talent, she's boy obsessed, she doesn't care about her future, what the world thinks about her. They called her a train wreck. I feel like in their sick minds, they justified that as a reason on leaving some of the most heinous comments you could think of. Clearly, she doesn't care, so it doesn't bother her, obviously. But that's just so not true. Some of Hara's older brother's memories are from when she was first debuted. She was rewatching her KBS Music Bank performance with her group Kara, and at the end she accidentally slipped on some of the falling confetti and she briefly gasped, "Ah!" as she fell. Her brother thought it was a cute moment and it showed how human and natural she is. And I mean, all the fans online were talking about how the confetti do be a little dangerous and they were cheering her on. But Hara was always her biggest critic. She was in tears watching it. She was sobbing about her mistake and how she could have done better. She should have known better. She should have done better. This is the same woman who in 2013, Kara was touring in Japan, and after performing several stages in one day, she collapsed on stage. She had to be carried off the stage. She was given aid, and she forced herself back on the stage before the concert ended. When the concert ended, she was immediately rushed to the hospital and she was back to performing the very next day, an entire set. You would think that netizens at the time would have a lot of respect and praise for her dedication for her work, but this is what was being said online. The top comment on that article that has over 6,000 likes reads, Kara faints during Radio Star after Hara throws water bottle. Because remember, she threw a water bottle on the Radio Star show.
Wait, what? How is that related to this?
It's not. They're just saying like, a better headline would be she faints after throwing a water bottle because she was known for throwing a water bottle. Another few read, should have been more careful. Maybe she tripped on the water bottles that she threw. That's what happens when you starve yourself to diet. Just eat food and stop being so vain. Hara said one of her favorite quotes was, smiling through the times you're tired and giving your best at work. The day after Goo Hara's death, a lot of idols were on their way to Vietnam for the Asia Artist Awards. A lot of them were seen wearing all black, likely out of respect for Goo Hara. Idols went on to social media to pay tribute to Hara, and a lot of groups even rescheduled their comebacks and listening parties. One that stood out was an Instagram post of somebody who knew her since she was a child. And it reads, our Annie was famous ever since I was in elementary school. I once went to a dance academy with a friend, and when my friend pointed at Annie, Goo Hara, I looked and I saw this pretty and very skinny girl in loose clothing sweating buckets as she danced with all her energy. I couldn't see anybody else in that dance studio but her. Would people know now? That young and small child practiced so hard to the point of breaking her body to get where she was? It was later revealed that Goo Hara's diary was found, And I'm assuming with the approval of her family, snippets of her diary were released on JTBC. One diary entry just reads, "It's all right, it's all right, it's all right, Hara. It's all right, it's all right, it's all right." Another one reads, "Hara, it's all right. It doesn't hurt. It's all right." Another one reads, "It's all right, it doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt, it'll pass. It's all right. God, please forgive me. God, Jesus Father, wise God, please watch over my disappointing self one more time. By your nourishing power, thank you for comforting me. Thank you." She also wrote about how
If you ever left a bad message, if you ever bullied her, if you ever did anything against her, look at what she was going through. Did so much as to call herself a disappointing self, begging for God to watch over her. You should be ashamed of yourself. You should really be ashamed of yourself. You're a waste of life. I'm so sorry, Goo Hara. You didn't deserve that. You didn't deserve that at all. Sulli, you didn't deserve that at all. The more I listen to these stories, the more I'm so surreal, thinking to myself, so, like, what is the point of all this? You kill yourself to become a perfect idol. You go on trips, you lose sleep, you lose, you give hours and hours of practice, writing songs, recording, doing movies, whatever it is, just only to be bullied to no end, to be chastised. And this is her diary's entry. If you bullied her and wrote, you should be ashamed of yourself.
power, thank you for comforting me. Thank you. She also wrote about how she being sensitive was the cause of her own unhappiness. She felt like she had this gaping hole in her life from not having her mom, but she needs to focus on being more happy in the future. She writes, "What you say, what you think, it comes true and is put into practice. I have to protect myself first, and I know myself very well. But I'm more desperate than anyone, and I want to feel. More than anyone, I can hurt. I guess I deserve to hurt." One entry that stands out is Goo Hara writes about being allowed to be loved. She writes, "Is my existence bothersome? Who am I? What should I do? I wonder who I am and if I'm allowed to be loved. Am I someone that can be loved? Do I need to be loved?" There is a comment under the BBC documentary that I think sums up most of our feelings about this case. And it reads, "I think really if there is such a thing as hell, we are living in it. The innocent die early and evil men live long lives until they start on walls."
Yeah. Yeah.
Speaking of, small side note, after Goo Hara's death, one of CJ's friends, so her ex-boyfriend that tried to ruin her career by releasing revenge videos of her, his friend posted online, "CJ is having a difficult time ever since the controversy about the assault and the revenge videos. After he heard about Goo Hara's passing, he hasn't been coping well. Everything related to her is a very sensitive situation for him, so the colleagues are deciding not to talk about it. It's difficult for me to tell you anything more." What?
Wow.
Screw you, screw CJ, screw both of you, and both of you, man. Like, I can't. Oh no, I can't say this. I can't say. I think it's time for me to probably maybe open an avenue where I can freely express my emotions, because yeah, YouTube is too like strict on certain things. I know this video won't be monetized anyway because of I've cussed a lot. But yeah, man, like, yeah, I can't. I'd have to think about something.
2020, Seungri pleads guilty and is sentenced to 18 months in prison. Choi gets 2.6 years, JJY is sentenced to 5 years, and by now, they're all free. Choi, the former friend of Hara, is the one that she was able to convince to give up the name of the police official. He was part of the band FT Island. He was one of the first released. He's also the one that was filmed at church. Do you remember that in episode 1? When he gets out, reporters find him in the church parking lot, to which his mom starts screaming at the reporters, defending her son, essentially saying, God already forgave my baby boy, so who is the world to judge him?
엄마, 기자분들이 오셨는데 막 인터뷰 하시네?
아니 그걸 물어봐요. 가요.
Pathetic piece of shit. You have
That
to tell
guy,
your mom.
he's trying to make a comeback in the industry. He joined FannyCon, a Japanese fan community platform. It appears to have kind of a subscription-based model. So if fans want, they can pay and join a celebrity's channel and get more intimate updates. Kind of like a Patreon, I imagine. And he wrote, "Greetings after 5 years. How are you? I received strength from each and every one of you, and I was able to gather the strength to appear in front of you now. Thank you so much. I hope I can communicate with my fandom here. I want to show you everything about me, including what I want to do with my future and my personal life. I will try to create a bright future with everyone. So please support me. Thank you very much." This man was charged with gang R-wording someone, and he has the backbone to be like, please support me. I want to create a bright future. After JJY is released from prison, which side note, his whole 5 years in prison were not bad at all. According to fellow inmates, they said he would receive packages of comic books from loyal fans, and he was generally just having a good time.
Some fans are like ridiculous, man. I think some people's minds and brains should be checked to see if they understand, like if they have understanding of such issues. If you don't have proof, or if you want proof that he was involved, just look at his text messages and the things he posted. You sending him comic books. You're stupidly disgusting.
In 2022, JJY met up with his connections in the music industry to tell them that he still wants a music career. He still wants to be behind the scenes now. He doesn't want to be a singer, but he wants to be a music producer. It's speculated that he's preparing to immigrate abroad and return to music. During the process of editing this video, on July 9th, JJY was spotted in a nightclub in France. He approached a group of women, introduced himself as June, and then asked for their IG handles. Later, there was a friend who was with JJY, and he went around telling all these girls in the club that JJY is a famous singer from South Korea, and he's planning on opening up a Korean restaurant in France. There is a literal video of this man in the club, standing in front of a woman, dancing on her, and he's spotted kissing multiple different women, making out with multiple different women. He has this whole new backstory where he states he's June from Boston, he's a music composer, and he wants to open up a restaurant in France. So now that all this new information has leaked about him and his little whereabouts, he has gone private on all of his socials, and he's even stated, all I did was ask people to be friends with me, and I'm just so disappointed. So someone who knows June from Boston, aka JJY, stated, yeah, 5 years in prison did absolutely nothing. He is the same, and he has no plans on leaving the music industry. Seungri has been spotted here and there, going clubbing. It would later come out.
Can you imagine that? Those two ladies, all they did was wanting to live their lives, right? They wanted to live their lives. They wanted to be happy. They're taking pictures and stuff like that. They get bullied to no end. And these pieces of shit who have really proven that they are real pieces of rat's turd, they get all the love and support back. They're allowed to go through clubs. They're not ostracized. They don't get the hate that the girls got. People defend them to no end. These stupid pieces of rat's turds. These disgusting creatures. These animals.
That right after he got out of prison, he was trying to call up his friends to see if they wanted to go clubbing with him. One acquaintance who is said to have been close said, he called me after he got out of prison and asked me how I was doing. His voice was calmer, but other than that, it didn't seem like he changed much. Another alleged friend stated, he's living his day-to-day life with a pretty bright attitude. There were talks that Seungri was trying to get back into the clubbing business, and the first rumor was that he was trying to open up a club in Hong Kong. He was spotted socializing in Hong Kong. A few Hong Kong netizens stated that they heard through the grapevine he's permanently living in Hong Kong. It got to the point where the government had to come out and say, we didn't give this guy a visa through our talent acquisition program, but if he's getting a visa through other ways, we wouldn't know. So like the government would know, but they wouldn't release it to us.
I see.
So there's multiple ways to get a visa. You could go and I guess marry someone. You could try to apply for different types of visas. But the one that netizens speculated he had was Hong Kong would invite overseas nationals to live and start businesses in Hong Kong. Then you'd get a long-term visa.
In Hong Kong's like, we did not do that.
Yeah, they're like, please, no. Yeah. The next rumor was that he was going to open up a club in Cambodia where he does have fans that are willing to come to fan meets. I will say from what I can tell, most Cambodians hate him, but there are a select group of people, just like everywhere else, that support him. He held a fan meet recently where he promised on stage to bring G-Dragon, which ended up going viral and pissing off former Big Bang fans who supported other members because it's just weird. Why are you bringing him into it? It doesn't even seem like they're friendly. He was also promoting Big Bang merchandise, which is very interesting. He also gave this speech on stage in Cambodia, and this speech has somewhat gone viral. He's gripping the mic with all of his strength. He's in a 3-piece suit. He looks like an uncle at a wedding. All eyes are on him, and he screams,
You know, when I'm saying I'm going to Cambodia to my friend told me, you do. Isn't that the countries are dangerous? You Cambodians are okay? Now I can say to my friend, fuck you all! And I said, shut up and try to come here and see what happened in Cambodia. This the greatest country in Asia.
and he's like puffing out his chest like an angry peacock. I mean, it's just, okay, taking out the morality.
You know what? I want to punch dude in the face, man. Like, I know I can't say it, but I said it. I mean, I know I'm not going to monetize this anyway, man. I want to slap him up. Oh my goodness. I'm so disgusted by him and people that still support him. I'm disgusted by all of you supporting him.
Of supporting a guy like this, just vibes wise, this is your man. He's getting off on this attention and he just keeps going. And I said, shut up and come here and see what is happening in Cambodia. This is the greatest country in Asia. People say that he has a Donald Trump accent. Then with the hand holding the mic, he pumps his fist into the air in a victory position and the crowd goes wild, honestly.
One day, bring the G-Dragon to here.
But a lot of people were really upset at this fan meet that it happened in the first place, but also because, like I said, he's stating that he's going to bring G-Dragon. It just doesn't seem like they like each other. Even when they were seen in the same group, it didn't seem like they liked Seungri. I mean, clips of the group have gone viral. This is back in the day, where on a talk show, one of the members, T.O.P., his fellow bandmate, states, "Oh, Seungri and I are complete opposites." He'll say things like, "Oh, this is how you make money." All he does is talk about money.
어느 순간부터 돈에 대한 포커스가 좀 많아진 것 같아.
T.O.P. continues, I get very worried as an older member of the group. He has some good friends, but some of his friends, I get glimpses of them at concerts and they worry me. I get the feeling that they're by his side, not because they like him, but because they like his title. The fact that Seungri plans to work with them very much worries me.
이렇게 언뜻 이제 공연장에서 이제 스쳐지나 하면서 사람 인상을 보면은
Even on stage, there's a clip of Big Bang at a concert, and T.O.P. starts screaming, "After all, Big Bang is for people forever, forever, forever." The other three members put their hands in, like, you know, those athletic games, and they start chanting forever, forever, as a play on words, as in 1, 2, 3, 4. But Big Bang has 5 members, and the member not in the pile is Seungri.
무대에 내려오면 저희랑 같이 있질 않아요.
아, 워낙에 또 이제 일들이 많으셔서
네,
또
일이
사업도
하고
많고
있는
파티도 많고.
It just seemed that as if in hindsight,
So even in Big Bang, when this wasn't here, like they didn't he wasn't with them off stage. He wasn't hanging around them. He was going to parties. He was going to business meets and stuff like that. Oh, okay. So they really did not like him like that, but they couldn't say it. So it was like subtle jabs, subtle hints that, man, he's not with us. G-Dragon is, Big Bang is 4 members forever. Forever. Yeah. Yeah, I like Big Bang. I like Big Bang. Man, they kicked him out even before this scandal. Kick his ass out. I told you, Seungri is the least talented. He shouldn't have been in there anyway. The 4 of them are more talented anyway. Anytime they add him to the music sounds a certain type of way. When his voice comes in, he should be kicked out. He should be kicked out. He doesn't gel with the group. His melodies are off. His dance is stupid. He can't dance. He's a waste of space in the group. He doesn't even hang out with them. Like, yeah. So why is he there? Like, they should have kicked him out the first time he went there. Kick his stupid ass out.
The band members were over him. One straight up joked in an interview that Seungri, stop being a scammer or you're going to end up in jail.
Good.
The way they talk.
Wait, one person said that?
Yeah.
Wow.
And just the way they talk makes it seem like Seungri just lost all passion for music and just started doing shady businesses on the side. And I'm sure it's making them nervous because if something happens to him, which it did, Big Bang in its entirety is in jeopardy. So it's not just impacting his life.
Yeah.
It's unclear if Seungri ever was or is still going to open up a club in either Hong Kong or Cambodia. But another allegation starts popping up and going viral. A netizen from China posts on Weibo, so the Chinese Twitter, that she was at a hot pot restaurant. Seungri happened to be sitting next to her with a table full of girls. And the viral post reads, someone had run into Seungri while he was having dinner with a few women. They overheard him telling the woman that he would to the beat of Big Bang's song, Fantastic Baby.
Oh my
it's really
gosh.
Insane. Really, like I wish he would just back to a jail cell. He really is like a fat uncle now. I'm laughing my head off at the conversations he was having with the girls the whole night while eating. Like literally, he's gonna to the beat of Fantastic Baby. Fantastic Baby was released in 2012. This allegedly took place in 2024. The comments read under that post, can they take him back to jail for a lifetime, please? And another depressing development in this case is, remember Goo Hara's first dating scandal? She was confirmed to have been dating a fellow idol, Young
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He was exposed to have received videos in a private chat room with just JJY, and it was stated that he made inappropriate comments about that explicit video. He was forced to withdraw from Highlight and went into his mandatory military enlistment. He was not legally punished, but he was labeled publicly as a bystander that did nothing. He wasn't part of the group chats, but again, like I said, he did receive a video, and he is now dating Hyuna, which is another massive K-pop idol. A lot of her fans are upset with her because, for one, she seemed somewhat close with Goo Hara, like they were all part of the same generation. People believe it's breaking girl code, and it just feels kind of icky. Some fans feel really betrayed by the fact that Hyuna was more of an idol that stood for female empowerment, and now she's dating someone that is very clearly not. One comment on the BBC documentary reads, some said this was released 5 years too late, but I firmly believe this dropped just in time, just when people were about to forgive and forget, just when these criminals were about to enjoy their lives again as if nothing happened. It's the right time to be reminded of how hideous this crime was. And like I said, all the men are free. One netizen comment reads, Goo Hara was sexually violated, still helped Burning Sun get exposed, and still ended up dead. The Burning Sun guys are sex offenders, and they get a slap on the wrist, a kiss on their ass, and are living it up. And they still have fans. One supporter tweeted, I still don't need anyone's permission or approval to support Seungri. If I have to, I will go through this journey with him alone. Even if I'm the last one on this planet, and that you keep insulting and threatening me, I'm perfectly fine with it. At least you're not hurting him. I just want to say he's not going to pick you. I'm sorry. I mean, this is the same guy that has been sentenced to prison for organizing commercial sex services on 29 occasions in the span of 2 months.
Remember, like, the first episode we did? He was, like, dating 2 women back to back?
Yes.
Taking them out to trips, giving them the same exact treatment?
Yes.
Back to back?
Back to back.
Like, the amount of... They're living the best life.
Yeah. And they're not going to choose you. Like, you could go to war for this man in my comments, in my emails, on Twitter, on your little self-published Medium articles, and, like, he's not going to even notice you, nor will he give a honestly. Like, just, I feel like there's a better way to spend your time. It's kind of sad. The crime that he was charged with does technically fall under sex trafficking. Imagine supporting a sex trafficker. That is something.
That's crazy.
The court documents also stated that he coerced 3 women, most likely his fans, to pose nude for photos in his hotel room that was in China, and he later shared those. But maybe it's this clip That really did it for them. This clip has resurfaced since the BBC documentary. It's Seungri on a reality show called I Live Alone. The clip has gone viral on Twitter with over 7 million views. Mainly people hate watching and trying to understand what's going on. It's an old clip of him. He's crocheting little booties, like shoes, for his neighbor who just had a child. He's cross-stitching, I think is the more accurate description. And he's listening to Blackpink's Playing with Fire song. He's singing along, very exaggerated. At one point, he's asked by the producers why he's cross-stitching, to which he responds, "My neighbor recently had a baby. I thought I should give her a heartfelt gift. In fact, I used to enjoy cross-stitching when I was a kid. I thought I could reminisce old memories and use my little talent while preparing a homemade gift for her." He starts cross-stitching, dancing, and then he pokes his finger with the needle and immediately drops everything to fall on the floor and overreact, rolling around, screaming, "Ah, ah!" It's very cringe. I feel like my 3-year-old niece could act better than him. Yeah, he tries his hardest to have this cute, naive little boy. But no, he's like a full grown-ass adult felon.
Predator. Piece of shit. Idiot. That's what he is.
Clip is so just really secondhand embarrassment. Netizens who agree commented, honestly, he was trying so hard to be this persona on camera, but you can tell it's all BS. It's painfully obvious this was an act. But some comments, even after the fact, so these are posted after Budding Sun gets exposed, they read, "He's just a normal person who lives his life happily. It's just that villains messed him up."
What messed him up?
Villains.
Villains?
Ma'am.
Villains.
I honestly think Seungri is just a normal guy who got mixed up in the wrong crowd.
You are a villain typing that shit. You are a villain. You are a villain to society. You are a villain to good people. No wonder you'll support him. Keep supporting him. We don't want to hear it. Go support him. Go support this predator. Go support it. And when he does that to you, I don't want to hear it. I don't even care for justice if he does that to you. You're an idiot.
Is the wrong crowd. Like one sane comment reads, "It's so cringe. It's so evident that he's acting and being all cute for no reason. Sad to see he still has fans, and even those fans support him after everything he did. Shame on them. I hope he rots in hell." To which a netizen responds to them, "What the f***? You judge a person for being cute? What did he do exactly?"
Oh.
I mean, you could look up the court records. They tell you exactly what he did. Meanwhile, reporter Kang, the reporter that worked with Goo Hara and had all the files in the USB to sort through, she said that a ton of women were reaching out to her, nervous. They would call and tell her that they were around the guys around that time and they have gaps in their memory, and they were scared that there were videos of them on there. She could hear anxiety and just panic in their voices. It's crazy that he still has fans, but I think this will tell you why. In 2015, JJY released a song called OMG. This is when Sulli is accused of being a sex addict. The music video that JJY is in starts with him waking up in a bed full of women in lingerie. He tries to wake up one of them, but she's passed out to the point where it's like, I don't know if she's just hungover on alcohol. Then we get a flashback. It's a sequence of the night before and how he ends up here, mixed in with JJY the next morning, walking around the house, seeing this disaster from the house party. There's unconscious people laying around everywhere, and he starts messing with their bodies, trying to see if they'll wake up. Which, considering he date R-word drugged women, essayed them while recording it, it's kind of wild that he felt confident enough to base a music video basically on what he does in real life. We get flashbacks to the night before where he's walking through a club filled with women in lingerie. At the end, he's fighting a guy in a wolf mask with a lightsaber, but at one point it looks like he hallucinates into seeing a real wolf, almost insinuating that he's like on drugs. The whole thing is weird, but it ends with him having a foursome in the bed and then waking up with the girls passed out. Some netizen comments read, "I feel like he invented the word foreshadowing." This is vlog. When you decided to take based on a true story very seriously. But again, this is all hindsight. When the video first came out, everybody loved it. JJY was getting praise, and if anyone critiqued how sexual and weird it was, everyone said, it's his art. That's how he expresses himself. It's his career. It's a literal music video. But now, netizens are comparing it to a movie Sulli did around the same time. Sulli worked on a movie called Real. It's an action noir film. She had this scene where she's topless. First of all, who cares? Second of all, it's for a film. Just like it could be argued that all the scandalous, racy scenes in JJY's music video are for his art, for his work. Same with Sulli. Where is the difference? But the comments under articles about her new film, they read, she's already running around exposing her nipples. Not like this is a big deal to her anyway. I can already tell by the stuff she shares on her social media that she wouldn't use a body double. I really don't understand at all why SM Entertainment still has her under them. She's pretty, I'll admit that, but her body's whatever and her personality is just hopeless. She exposes her top half on her own without much prompting anyway. Feels like we've already seen it all. But more than that, she had a scene in the movie where her character does drugs. In South Korea, drug usage is considered one of the worst things you could ever do. It's probably worse than essaying people. Honestly, that's
apparently. Apparently,
they take it very seriously. Sulli had zero experience with drugs. So in this attempt to figure out what it would look like, how she was supposed to act, she starts watching 5 movies a day where the main character does drugs. Her friends asked her, "Why are you doing that?" And she said, "I don't know what that looks like, so I just really want to do a good job on this." Because it makes sense considering she left FX to pursue acting. She has a lot of pressure. It's clear, like she needs to do well. But netizens thought she acted too well. They argued that only a real drug user would behave like that. From that,
y'all very stupid, man. All those that are texting that are very extremely stupid. She acts very well, and it's because she does drugs. It's why she's acting so well. If she had done a shit job, oh yeah, she's talentless anyway. She has no talent. Y'all should get a life and get the bro. No. You're useless anyway.
and on, the title of being a drug user starts following Sulli, and everything she does is just further confirmation that she's a drug user. She talks a little bit slower compared to others. I don't even think that she talks slow. They say she's on drugs. They would take pictures of her pupils, compare them to other drug users, and it seems like she does naturally have bigger pupils because a lot of people were showing pictures of her where she's clearly not on drugs, like during interviews, and her pupils seem enlarged, like bigger than most people. But they're taking that as evidence that she's doing drugs and putting them side by side with drug users' pupils. It was a lot. So when JJY does it, it's his craft, it's his art, it's his expression of creativity. But when Sulli does it, she's a drug addict and a slut for showing her breast. One netizen comment focuses on the double standard in the industry. And this is present not just in the K-pop world, but Hollywood, Bollywood, everywhere. The comment reads, "Men could tie the industry's grandma to the town square pole, and the industry itself would hand the men tomatoes to throw. Women, they breathe wrong, and the industry will shit them out in the shower and stomp on them down the drain."
And it's funny how they're praising JJY and saying it's art, and then Sulli is the evil of the industry. But JJY is the one that looks like a drug addict. He looks like he does like several different kinds of drugs. Like that guy looks like he sniffs drugs through like potatoes or something. He's an idiot. He looks like the addict. But Sulli's the one getting the backlash. I do not understand this weird industry, man.
Even after the Burning Sun case, there were protests of women in South Korea holding up signs. For women, everywhere we go feels like the club Burning Sun. But a lot of men stepped in to say that this was truly unfair, that the men felt like they were being unfairly targeted by criminals.
What?
They're like calling women criminals. Yeah, I mean, it's everywhere. It's in the US too. You bring it up and then it's, what about the women that lie and ruin men's lives about SA? So that was what was happening here afterwards. Another friend of Seungri said, if Seungli's Kakao messages are a crime, then aren't all Korean men criminals?
What?
Oh my goodness,
Yeah.
wow.
A former employee of Burning Sun said, there is no difference between Burning Sun and the current clubs that are open. What happened back then is still happening now. There are lots of coverage about
Oh my
GHP.
goodness.
They are still using it in my
What?
club that I'm currently working at. So he moved to a different club. And
What?
after Hara's death, unfortunately, a lot of things start taking place. The situation with her ex-boyfriend CJ continues. Even after her passing, her house gets burglarized after her death, and the strangest thing takes place at her funeral. So let's start with CJ, the ex-boyfriend. The first trial for CJ was obviously a mess. Some would even go as far to call it a disgrace. He was given no jail time, and it was not even acknowledged that he committed heinous crimes with the videos of Goo Hara. Hara's brother stated at that point, even now, we can't understand how he was acquitted during the first trial for filming her secretly, and how he was able to return to society. After the first sentencing, both sides appealed the sentence. The prosecutors appealed and Goo Hara's family appealed. They did not believe this was an appropriate sentence. It was way too light. The defense, CJ, and his attorneys appealed, which I always think is wild when criminals get away with the lowest sentence manageable. And
You get a lower sentence and you appeal that sentence too? What the? Oh my gosh, bro. I'm about to,
they still try to appeal. Like, read the room. Everyone is pissed at your sentence. You got incredibly lucky because the justice system favors you. Shut up and go away. But he files for an appeal because he does not agree with the ruling. The appeal is reviewed in 2020, and this is after her passing. The second court stated, threatening to disseminate a video of sexual intercourse causes irreparable harm to the victim and can seriously damage her honor. The victim is a well-known celebrity, and the defendant took advantage of the great harm that would cause and threatened to go through it with the media. The court basically told CJ, you know what? I think you were right. The first trial wasn't good. So we fixed it for you.
Give him more?
We're going to give you a year in prison to be served immediately. Soon after that, Goo Hara's brother and father sue CJ.
I mean, I get it, but a year is still low. A year is still low. A year is still low. But at least it's better.
And the courts ruled that CJ will pay the family $60,000. And maybe CJ feels like he's got to make some money now since he has to pay restitution. CJ starts suing people while he's in prison. He starts suing netizens for defaming his character. He ends up suing 6 netizens, and like not even news networks, not even influencers, just straight up random netizens. They didn't even write a blog post about him. They were just in the comment section. He claimed,
what a stupid loser. What a loser.
In the courts that these netizens made insulting comments about his trial in an article. The comments hurt his feelings, basically. He sued 6 different netizens and only one was charged and had to pay him $265. Then there was the situation with the safe. The safe is currently making its rounds on the internet again. But this happened January 2020, so a little over a month after Hara's death. Someone broke into her home and stole her safe. There's a few reasons that everyone's still talking about this, but especially now with her connection to Burning Sun. First of all, the burglar was caught on CCTV camera, masked up with a hat and gloves, but they're still caught trying to get into Goo Hara's place. Now get this, the thief tries the front door, puts in a passcode, does not get access, because Hara's brother had changed her code.
But it was the correct code.
Yes, before.
So it's a friend or someone that knows it. Yeah.
The thief then starts looking for another way in, scales the wall, and enters through the second floor balcony. Side note, another suspicious detail is this happened 49 days after her passing, so her family were paying their respects, as with Buddhist tradition. The 49th day of someone's death is a time to say goodbye again.
So on that exact day, the families are busy.
Yes.
And someone broke in.
Oh.
Wow.
Nothing else in the house was touched, rummaged through, or taken. She had designer bags in her closet. She had jewelry. None of that was touched. Her safe was taken. Her
How
safe,
big? Was it a big safe?
60 pounds.
They hauled a 60-pound safe out?
Yes.
My goodness.
How?
I don't know.
What?
60 pounds?
Yeah. Okay, maybe like more like 50, but it was 50 to 60 pounds.
That's the heavy safe.
Yeah.
That's a heavy
And she
safe.
was known to put some jewelry, investment documents, and some old phones of hers in there. So let's work through this. If the thief wanted her jewelry that's in there, it's clear that they would want money, right? Why didn't they take any other valuables in the house? She had other jewelry laying around. She had designer bags laying around. None of that was even touched. Okay, do they want her investment documents? That would be very difficult to do anything with those without being caught. It's not like anyone can easily transfer her investments into their name, especially add the fact that she's a very public figure and her death was very, very public. Then the third thing that we know is in her safe are her old phones. What would anyone want to gain from getting her old phones? Maybe there was something she had on there that someone didn't want everyone to see. So there are speculations now with her connection to Burning Sun that she might have more evidence on there. And someone associated with Burning Sun is the allegation, had someone go in and steal that safe. Again, this is all speculation because the thief has still yet to be identified. All we know is that the thief is a man, slim build, about 5'11", wears glasses, and appears to be in his 20s or 30s. I will say there are a lot of allegations of who this thief could be, including another celebrity, but I think it is kind of crazy to be pointing fingers without a little more evidence because I just feel like, what if it's not? Like, the damage it would do if it's not is crazy.
Yeah.
I cannot point to a particular celebrity, but I can say this. The thief might be somebody who is linked to Goo Hara and very, very close to Goo Hara. Knowing that code means you're close to them. Or the thief may have been sent by somebody who is close to Goo Hara or knows Goo Hara and knows the code. So the person probably gave the code to the thief, and the thief tried it and didn't work. And that eliminates her brother, because if Goo Hara's brother changed the code, then he would have given the changed code to the thief, or he would have used the changed code. So the brother's out. So whoever that is, I wouldn't be surprised if that person is somebody within the family or somebody who is close to Goo Hara or the family. And to have waited 49 days, knowing that in Buddhist tradition, 49 days is when everybody goes back to pay respects to their deceased family, waited for that time where everybody went and snuck in, that is crazy. That is a very, very close individual.
So it's someone that's fit enough to carry a safe that big, though. To make the situation even messier after her death, reports start coming out about a strange woman at her funeral. They stated that at Goo Hara's funeral, there was an oddly smiley woman there that kept asking other celebrities for photos.
What?
At her funeral. Like, oh, can I take a selfie with you? She would go up to celebrities, shake their hands, and say, I saw you on TV. Can we take a photo?
Weirdo.
People were confused. A lot of Goo Hara's friends, who also happened to be famous, were very uncomfortable. And not only that, the lady requesting photos with the idols, she had a lot of makeup on, almost like she got her makeup done for this event. And she was just smiling in a way that was not fitting for a funeral. It was bright smiling. It wasn't even smiling because you're trying to remember that person in this loving, happy way. All of this was made even more uncomfortable by the fact that that strange lady is Goo Hara's mom.
Huh?
Hara barely knew this woman. The only memory that she has of her mom is that that's her biological mom, and the fact that she used to use Hara, her own daughter, that's only in kindergarten at this point, to make excuses to go cheat on her husband.
And that is the same woman who squandered Goo Hara's money when she was a child actress. She shows up at her daughter's funeral with makeup on, smiling and asking for photos. What a disgusting piece of shit. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Goo Hara's real family only consists of her dad and her older brother. Her brother would say about their mom, when I was 11 and Hara was 9, she left us. She just disappeared. She just left without even saying goodbye. The same day, Hara's older brother found their dad unconscious and foaming at the mouth after swallowing handfuls of sleeping pills. He said, I remember that day my mother left home. I was so young, so I wasn't sure why she left. My father asked my sister and me in an odd kind of way, is there anything else you want to have? That night, he attempted to self-exit. He said, my sister and I watched together as my father was put in an ambulance. To my sister Hara, who was only in 2nd grade at the time, our mother's sudden absence and my father's pain must have caused her sadness. It was a huge thing for them. Thankfully, their father survived, but it was always a wound that they would have. Side note, they were pretty much completely estranged from their mother, but in 2017, Goo Hara does reach out one time. Goo Hara regrets this meeting. I mean, she said it was very foreign and strange. The energy was just off, which turned out to be true. There were allegations that Goo Hara's mom was mainly interested in being able to brag that she was Goo Hara's mom. Their very first meeting after so long, Goo Hara just wanted to meet her, talk to her, get a hug, get some closure. But her mom shows up with her relatives' kids that were all fans of Goo Hara, her friends' children that are all friends of Goo Hara. She made some sad excuse on why she never reached out. And the worst part of all of this is, for the 20 years of not seeing her mom, Goo Hara found out that she only lived 10 minutes away.
What?
And she was going around telling all of her friends that she was Goo Hara's mom. She kept tabs on everything Goo Hara was doing so that she could brag to her friends about it.
Wow, that is so sick and twisted.
What a useless parent. Like, that is a definition of a useless parent. You live 10 minutes away, never met her in 20 years, kept tabs on her to brag about her, and you are comfortable not being here in her life. You come to a funeral and you make a spectacle and a fool of yourself. I'm so sorry to Goo Hara that this piece of shit gave birth to her. she didn't have a chance. Everybody hated her. She didn't have a chance. That is so sad. And she tried to make good of herself. And oh man.
Yeah, it's bad. So why now? Why is she suddenly at Goo Hara's funeral, dressed in black, acting like this heartbroken mom who was always in her life and just is so devastated?
I
Also,
thought she's very happy.
yeah, like she would go through emotions where she acts sad and she's like, no, I need to be the person that stands next to her casket and gets all the bows from people because you have to bow to the family.
Oh my goodness.
And then she would go back to like, can we take a selfie? And then she would like cry. And then can we take a selfie? Also, why did she come with lawyers? She showed up to the funeral with lawyers. Goo Hara's brother and father would soon find out that she was there to go after Goo Hara's inheritance. It's unclear exactly how much Goo Hara was worth, but she had a building that was worth 2.3 million. She had another apartment that was worth 900,000. That's just her real estate profile. There could be a lot of other assets we don't know about. That's what she's after. After her death, there would be this whole legal battle between brother and father and then mom, which, by the way, she had a chance. Under Korean law, if someone does not have a will or children or is unmarried, their inheritance goes to their parents. There's no stipulation that the parents have to have been a part of the child's life to get the inheritance. Just by being the parent on the birth certificate is enough. Goo Hara's brother would reiterate, just because someone gave birth to you doesn't mean they're a parent. A person who abandoned us and even gave up her parental rights is trying to take away assets earned through Hara's hard work. And that just means our laws are unjust.
Yeah, I agree with that.
The brother to start a petition for an act to be introduced into law to protect the assets of children that are abandoned or abused by their parents. After almost 5 years, the act would be passed, the Goo Hara Act. Goo Hara's brother is using the inheritance to set up a foundation to help single parents. The last messages that he's ever sent his sister were, I'm begging you, please don't have any negative thoughts, don't get sick, take care of your health, and sometime in the future, I hope you get married, have children, and live for a very long time. When you're sad, just cry it out. I know it's hard to let it out, but I love you, little sister. She responds, I love you, Oppa, don't worry. You must be so sad. My heart aches like crazy too. Eat something delicious in Japan. I'll bring some delicious food tomorrow. Okay. He was gonna go over the weekend that she died. She told him no, she wanted to go to a party. She didn't ever go to a party. Hara, before her death, kept encouraging her brother and sister-in-law to have kids, so much so that she even paid for their doctor's visit so that they could try to conceive. After Hara's funeral, her brother came home. He was a mess at this point, and his wife was in tears, and she told him that she was pregnant. He said, I cried so much then. I was so sad. If she had just waited a few days, if she hadn't made that choice, she would have been an aunt. August 10th, 2020, Goo Hara's niece, Goo Harin, was born. Hara's brother would say, she reminds me so much of my little sister, and it makes me cry. Our Hara always talked about wanting a niece and even bought us nutritional supplements, so we decided to name her after the name that she thought was the prettiest. As for Goo Hara's dad, he said, she used to go to Japan for promotions a lot, so now I often try to think, my daughter is in Japan. She's in Japan right now, alive and working.
Oh, man.
It helps me find comfort in some ways.
Oh, my goodness.
And that is the case of The Burning Sun.
This is so sad, man.
Final episode. And what are your thoughts? I just think it's crazy, the juxtaposition of the timelines of what the girls are getting cyberbullied for and all their quote scandals and controversies and how everybody turns on them. And then these guys are doing some of the most heinous crimes imaginable and they still to this day have fans.
Yeah, the angels.
They're supporters.
Yep.
What are your thoughts?
Disgusting
Let me know
people.
in the comments. And please stay safe. I will see you guys in the next one.
And this is so sad. This is extremely sad and disturbing. And just like Stephanie said in the last part, these ladies were bullied for just trying to live their lives and people being so obsessively stupid. They had fans which were good people. I'm not talking about the good people. I'm talking about the idiots, the obsessive, toxic fans. And these guys did heinous things and they were praised. Till this day have fans. Disgusting. I have nothing to say. Like, share, subscribe. Please join our Discord. I love you all so much. I'm so disturbed right now. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.
Tuned in, hit play, let's take a ride around the world with Steven, we worldwide. stories so wild, they keep you hooked. Subscribe and share, come take a look. Reacting to the stories are crazy to real. With every new video, we bring the thrill. From mysteries to drama, we cover it all. Join the fam, let's have a ball. From dark tales to